Welcome, everybody, to another ESFL Esports Fight League broadcast. This is 180, and we have a stacked card for you. Hope you guys are all having a great time at home. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a good one. Another Sunday after just an amazing UFC card. I'm sure you guys all enjoyed it. Welcome. And we are joined by the great and wonderful Boiler. Boiler, how are you doing today? Are you excited for this event?
Yes, sir. ESFL 180 stacked from top to bottom. 10 fights, so not a huge card, but really top to bottom, especially the main event and co-main are just incredible. A couple last-second replacements, but those last-second replacements are Romero and Jxssiem. And besides those folks, we got Ed Parker on the card as well. So, I mean, really looking forward to it. To cap off a great weekend of MMA, man. Last night was a lot of fun watching UFC. So I like having that doubleheader ESFL following up a UFC pay-per-view like it is today.
Definitely. Always exciting. It's a great time for competitors in the UFC, and with UFC 6 on the horizon, I've heard it's going to start heating up. I think the fight card probably is on the screen right now. If you guys want to check it out, we do have some amazing fights and some amazing matchups for you guys tonight, and it's going to be very exhilarating. You don't want to miss it. And look at those at the very top there. I mean, geez, Suave Jxssiem defending his title again, Boiler, against Vader, and you kind of created a lot of these matchups, so kudos to you. You got Romero on the card in the co-main event against Jxssiem, and then we also have Ed Parker making his return. I mean, which of these fights would you say is your favorite one? There's so many good ones, Boiler, but if you had to choose, which one are you the most excited for tonight, and which one should the folks around the world be waiting for here tonight?
Can't go wrong with the defense of the title, or the attempt by Suave Jxssiem.
True.
This is the fifth event of the season. There's 8 events. Whoever not only wins the title but defends it gets a seasonal leaderboard point for all intents and purposes. Whoever gets those most points wins the season and gets a real-life belt set to them.
Damn.
Anywhere in the world except Antarctica. That's probably too expensive. But anywhere else, over there to Ireland, to Suave Jxssiem, perhaps. I don't know. No one's been able to defend the belt yet. We've had 3 different people, including Jxssiem, that have held the belt. None of them successfully defended. So Jxssiem and Vader, that'll be huge. I got a lot of other fun fights, but if I had to pick one, it's got to be that,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't go wrong there, guys. And without further ado, I'm sure everyone is excited to get this card underway. And if the first fight is ready, let's go ahead and go on over to that. It looks like we got, yeah, boy, I think I'll let you talk about the fighters and introduce them today. We got Ziggy Boy and Tech 8M. What's on the line for these guys as we open up our card in the prelims here?
All right, Ziggy, 1-1, not ranked. We came out with our rankings for the first time, PS5, Season 2. Ziggy Boy, 1-1, not ranked, though, didn't make the cut. With a win here, though, he'll definitely make the top 20. He's beaten K1 Cook, the leader of the K1 clan, but lost Jody at ESFL 179 last week, or 2 weeks ago, last event. Tech 8M 0-1, lost versus Style in the season debut. Both these guys looking to, separate the wheat from the chaff a little bit, get a little notoriety, but 1-1 and 0-1 aren't, really what you're looking for in the ESFL if you want to be well known, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, very true. So, Tech very thirsty for his first win. He wants that O's gotta go, and Ziggy Boy looks like he's 1-1. So let's see. These guys are picking their fighters. We got Jxssiem Buckley versus Jorge Masvidal. Very good picks. 2 strikers. They're gonna come in and have some power, and let's see how these guys play it here, Boiler.
Scheduled for 3 rounds, but this is the type of matchup that you can't expect to go the full distance. But you never know, Rob. I don't want to commentary curse it and make it a boring decision, but got a feeling this will be a slugfest.
Here we go. Tech is I'm pretty sure I've played against Tech. He's a very good striker. If this is the same guy using Jxssiem Buckley. Is it Jxssiem or Jxssiem Buckley, Boiler?
You're going to have to refer to when the fighters pronounce their own name. I know that ESFL, we make sure that they... No. I don't know. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. That's why I'll defer to you,
No
sir.
worries. No worries. Okay, Ziggy Boy. Both guys kind of looking to, establish themselves in the center here. You see an elbow from Ziggy Boy, and Jorge Masvidal has that flying knee. You got to watch out for that, Boiler, but just some good body work, some good right hands from Ziggy Boy, and Tech, somebody that could really put on the pressure when he sees fit. So we'll see as round number 1 progresses. what happens here.
This 8M camp that Tech is with, of course, has Treehouse, Mellow Coffees in it. Oh, nice shot there. Tech had to pull out of a fight last week. Long story short, he's trying to get a big win here against Ziggy and showed that 8M is still a camp to be reckoned with on the competitive scene. Ziggy Boy, of course, wants to put an end to any of that.
Most definitely. Jorge Masvidal, somebody that you could definitely shut the lights down, but these leg kicks are thunderous against the calf. And it just seems like Tech is throwing the better strikes. He's kind of block breaking a little bit, switching stances a lot, has a nice head movement game plan. But there's that flying knee I was talking about, Boiler. Always got to watch that against a Masvidal player. But I don't know. I think Tech might be in control of round number 1 here, Boiler.
Definitely controlling the distance better than in most of the exchanges. Beautiful knee after for the back there. Takedown, mixing it up so nicely there, Rob.
Yeah, for sure. Takedown right into side control position, and that's nice there for Mr. Tech. He doesn't really utilize his ground game as much. Full mount, drags him back, and this is where it gets really scary. Very dominant position. You're seeing the frames, Boiler, but look at these bombs coming down from Big Tech.
That was a nice sequence of ground and pound there. That would have been super difficult to try to read and stop. So good work there. And Mount, he's got Mount again postured up.
Big shots, just thunderous bombs, just bouncing Jorge Masvidal's head off the canvas. And you're seeing Mr. Ziggy trying his best. He's got him back down, but Tech trying to build up that GA again. Gets that left side denial, Boiler. Gets the postured up position. And now more just straight down the pipes, but a slip to alleviate some of that pressure from Ziggy.
24 seconds. He's done a little bit of damage. Ziggy hasn't taken too bad of shots, but 15 seconds. See if he can get a nice flurry off here. There you go. That was big damage there, Rob.
Big Donkey Kong-like damage. I mean, just elbows. And, I mean, good thing. I wish in UFC 6 they better let us throw hammer fists, but, man, some good elbows. Some good ground and pound. And Tech taking round number 1, utilizing his full MMA package, Boiler, striking and ground and pound.
UFC 6, we need spectator mode, we need cross console, and we need some hammer fists.
Definitely. And fighter uniqueness. But yeah, so far so good. Both
that was
guys
great
showing
ground
respect.
and pound right there. That was great sequence, especially that last one actually did some damage, knocked the head held down, and knocked the block power down. So great work there by Tech. He had to win that round, eh?
Yep. Wanted to start out strong here. Tech does have 1 win though, right? So far, he's not the one that is a breadstick, I don't think. But
Tech is 0-1. Tech is 0-1.
Oh,
Ziggy is 1-1. So, but Tech only lost was the Versatile, who's he's top 10 type of fighter, even if he's had a tough start to the year.
And Versatile is the owner of whom, Boiler?
Total Conflict. Versatile will be up next, but Total Conflict's going on right now. I think they'll be raiding later. If you guys aren't following Total Conflict, they're a new affiliate league. ESFL. Nice takedown, by the way, there by Tech.
Guys, we have the owner of Total Conflict. Basically, it would be like Dana White coming in and fighting Tito Ortiz, but it actually happening.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. We make things happen in this league.
Boiler making things happen.
As a whole. Yes, there you go. I don't know how I got in this position, but I am, and I'm making things happen. Tech finds himself, on top again. In full guard, of course, but not at all where Masvidal, where Ziggy wants to be here.
Nope, Tech able to go down to the ground again. Maybe he felt something down here, some sort of advantage. He goes that side control position again, and Ziggy trying to escape up, does get the sprawl. And in this position, he's going to eat these body shots, but he's got to be careful. And he denies it right there, Boiler. Controls him and then moves and grooves right into that dominant backside position.
I love moving very quick on a denial like that or on some feints. So just great work. Tech's in the zone right now on the feet and especially on the ground.
Yes, sir. He is flowing. He looks dominant here. Another get-up attempt, but a quick flick to meet it. And Tech just really able to control. He goes for the side. Ooh, he just pulls half guard. He's kind of out of dodge a little bit there, Boiler.
If you're in Treehouse's camp, you have so many hours on the mat against Tree, and that's just going to make you such a great fighter. I've sparred Tree so many times in old UFC games. all the way through UFC 5, and I've become such a better ground fighter going against Tree all the time. So I know Tech's been doing that, but just as I say that, commentary curse, if you're a Tech fan, at least great work, though, by Ziggy. If you're a Ziggy fan, you're happy. Turned it around, but still, he's not scoring points here. There's only a minute left, and he gives up position, gives up his back. Ouch.
Damn, yeah, man. Tech just sneaking that back take. Unfortunately for Ziggy, Ziggy's just been controlled this whole fight, trying to get that backside position, but doesn't mean Tech's not off of his backside, and he is just ragdolling him here. He has his back scary position again and again. They just go to the same spots. Deja vu.
Deja vu all over again. Side control. 20 seconds left. I don't think it's a 10-8 round, but definitely a win for another round for Tech here.
Yeah, not a lot of damage from Tech, but a lot of control. Ziggy really not able to get to his feet, not able to enforce his game plan, and Tech just controlling this fight up 2-0 probably on the judges' scorecards. And now we're in a situation, Boiler, and ladies and gentlemen watching around the world, Ziggy's got to get a knockout. Ziggy's got to get a finish.
I think a finish is all you can look for right here. Sure, if he gets 3 or 4 knockdowns and doesn't get a finish, maybe it'll be a draw. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, you can't be looking at that. You got to be looking for the finish. So you just got to go wild, Ziggy. Let's see what he can do.
Let's see what he can do. And, you know, Tech's going to want to be technical. He wants to get that fight to the ground. He wants to put the nail in the coffin. He wants this win. He wants that O to go. And as these two collide in the center, once again, we'll see what they want to enforce in their game plans here.
Hey, that flying knee by Masvidal could always end the night, so duck right into that. Careful.
For sure. You got to watch out for that flying knee. And there's Tech coming forward, grabbing the clinch, trying to mix and match. But look at Tech just flowing 1-2 lead uppercut. I mean, he's just in rhythm right here. It's going to be really hard for Ziggy to kind of get into his range. He's trying, though. He's throwing uppercuts, Boiler. He's in his pocket.
Got a feeling if it gets a little too crazy in here, Tech's going to take him down. Oh, there we go. Guess I said it just at the exact wrong time or right time, whatever side you're on. But beautiful takedown. 3.5 minutes, round 3. This is not where Ziggy wants to be at all.
No, and Tech was able to get that free takedown because the stamina was too low on Ziggy, which created that just spear Goldberg takedown that's almost like automatic. And now he's flattening him out. He's at IHOP. Where's the syrup, Boiler? Put on the butter because Ziggy is about to get eaten.
He was flat. I don't know how he got out of the griddle there, but he did because it looked like it was going to be huge damage. His back flat, you could be knocked out in the first go off of that, you know. One sequence back flat strike. So good survival by Ziggy.
Good survival indeed. He's still just being controlled. He cannot find his way back to his feet so far throughout this fight. It's been very tough and tumultuous, if I said that word right.
Tumultuous.
Tumultuous.
It's a tough one. It's early in the morning over there in Hawaii. You did great. You did way better than I did. Would have been the same time over here. I'll give you that.
Another denial for Tech. He's going to posture up. 2 minutes left. He's going to step over full mount. Now it gets really scary. Is he going to go down? Is he going to go up? Is he going to go to a submission? And he's able to escape. Ziggy survives for a little bit longer, Boiler. Just a little bit.
Yep. Tech's got this in the bag. He wants to go for a finish. I'm sure he does, but he also can't do anything too stupid. Full mount.
Yeah, you got to be careful not to do something crazy. And he's been denying this all fight, but this time he misses it. And Ziggy's able to slide to his back for 59 more seconds. And back up to the feet they go, but his stamina is pretty low, Boiler. I don't know if he's going to be able to muster. Oh, man, that was a bad flying knee. He got clipped.
Yeah. I was about to say that was something stupid. Tech led him back on his feet, but, you know, Ziggy was so obvious with the flying knee from about 10 feet away. Just would not land.
Yeah, he ate a nice hook. Nice lead hook from Buckley. Rocked him now. Ziggy coming again. Flying knee goes to the well again. And Tech trying to just crack him with a big hook. Ziggy, yeah, looks like this is going to go to the judges. He's swinging like a maniac.
Hey, Ziggy didn't give up there. He got back on his feet, threw a couple big shots, landed 1 or 2. Not enough to really do any significant damage, but he didn't give up. He could have just laid there. He could have been finished on that back flat, honestly. So shout out to Ziggy for his survival, but Tech, dominating performance, start to finish, from ground to stand up. You can see that he's been working in that Camp 8M. So look forward to getting Tech back in the ESFL, Rob.
Definitely, Tech looking very good. Game Ziggy Boy didn't get completely dominated, but man, Tech was able to use his striking, his pressure with Joaquin Buckley, and also control him on the ground all the way till the end. Get that judges scorecard decision, get his first win in the Esports Fight League, and I know he is excited. Hope you guys enjoyed our opening fight, but we are just getting started. Let's get into the next fight, Boiler. Bring us in there. We got Versatile versus Smokey in our second fight here tonight.
All right, Versatile himself, co-owner, Total Conflict Esports League. Shout out to them. They're doing some great things. He's 1-2 tonight. I'm going to jump on over to Scouting Report. Versatile 1-2. He actually defeated Tech, who we just saw, though. So that just shows how good Versatile is. Lost to AKA MG, who was in our 4-man tournament that you and Bailey saw at ESFL 179. So just before that, Versatile lost to AKMG. So Versatile, 2 losses against some legit dudes, including Jxssiem, aka MG, and he beat Tech. So there you go. Versatile 1-2. Smokey 0-3, but also relatively tough schedule. So Smokey's better than 0-3, but Versatile's better than 1-2. I would say Versatile's probably the favorite here, but we'll find out quick, Rob.
Yep, about to find out using Cody Garbrandt, one of my favorite picks as well. Very fast. His footwork is tremendous, explosive power, but that chin is a little suspect. And no cap blunt picking Nurmagomedov. How do you feel about this Nurmagomedov pick from no cap blunt?
He's gonna have to really use him to his best Nurmagomedov skill set, which he certainly could. But like you said, the only real weakness of Garbrandt is that chin. And I don't know if Nurmagomedov threatened that chin as much as other fighters in this division, but he could. But I actually like this matchup for Versatile. Would be my decision.
All right, let's see if it plays out in that way. Versatile obviously taking the center of the octagon pretty nicely, landing some good shots, kind of daring him to trade with Cody Garbrandt. See the slip from Smokey, landing nicely.
Garbrandt's so fast, accurate, and powerful. It's really fun to use him in this game.
Yeah, it is. It is. He can throw some lightning-like combinations on your opponent, and he's starting to taunt Smokey here. Versatile already with some big confidence, and he notices that no cap is kind of leaning to that right side, so he's throwing that lead hook. But look, Boiler's got his back. He's going to drag him to the ground, but a late denial. He stays on his feet.
Nice denial. That not easy to hit even when you're fully in the zone. So under the bright lights, ESFL hitting that denial. Real nice. Real nice to see by Versatile. Nice shot there, though. Oh, wow. Just as I said, Smokey gets dropped.
And a little dance move. Oh, Versatile spanking that donkey. And you see the striking prowess from Mr. Versatile. Oh, my goodness. He's just beating him up here. But he eats an elbow from Smokey. Smokey with a crazy flying knee, Boiler, but Versatile is on him in and out footwork. And another left hook lands, detonates on the chin.
Garbrandt hits so hard, dude, for this weight class. It's crazy.
It's because Smokey's leaning into it, Boiler. He's leaning right. He's slipping and getting clipped by the lead hook from Garbrandt. He needs to stop slipping right.
He called it earlier, and Smokey never adjusted at all. Oh my God! Like, get in and stop it, Herb. He's just standing there like, come on, you got to jump in there, Herb Dean. All right, that was a pretty quick finish there. A lot of violence though, packed in a short amount of time, Rob.
Yes, that was incredible. I mean, damn, Versatile saw his opponent Smokey leaning right. He's like, oh, you're gonna keep leaning. I'm just gonna keep throwing that lead hook. Connected again and again. Connected. He connected forward. He connected forward. He won. You ever played that game, Boiler?
Connect 4? Yes. I just wasn't really good at it. I don't know why, man. I remember my cousin beat me when I was like 6 years old. I didn't like Connect 4 anymore.
It's all about going first, right? But a
that's
good win.
Big part of it, yes.
A good win, a fantastic win, a dominant win for Versatile. Now moving to 2-2, and unfortunately, Smokey moving to 0-4. Boiler, how do you feel about Smokey going 0-4 and Versatile cruising on up, ranked 14th, now 2-2 in the esports fight league?
Good work there by Versatile. Shows that he's still got high level talent. For Smokey, I did tell him that this was a last second replacement fight for Smokey's original opponent.
True.
He wasn't able to make it. I said, Smokey, if you take this replacement fight against Versatile, who everybody knows is damn good, you won't get cut if you go 0-4. Do a solid one for ESFL. Keep this fight together. He did it. So if he wants to go for one more fight, try to go 1-4 instead of 0-5. But, you know, that's as far as we could take it. But all respect to him for taking that fight. It was a tough one, especially on short notice, man. So respect for that.
Definitely respect doing the ESFL a solid, saving the card, saving the fight. Smokey will be back, guys, if you're a Smokey fan. Versatile's night tonight, and let's go ahead and cruise on to the next one, guys. A third fight of the night. Boiler will bring us in. It is AK versus K1 WYD Fee.
Yeah, it's like he's got such a kind of odd name in Discord or whatever, but that's just WYD Fee. Kind of rhymes. I'm just gonna call him Fee. That's what I call him, Fee. So we got Fee versus Marcus, aka AK. He's also got another name like Cronal or something. You know these people, Rob. They got like 3 different names. So I'm gonna say Fee versus AK. And both these guys, let me take a look at the scouting report. AK's 0-3, could get cut with a loss here. As for Fee, he was 1-2. He has beaten Smokey, actually. So, you know, both these guys need this win bad.
All right, here we go. A lot on the line for these two competitors. Jxssiem getting picked up by Fee, and Mark, a.k.a. AK, picking up Joaquin Buckley. And Buckley's been a popular pick tonight. You know, second time we've seen him. He's got power. He's got a great model. And
yeah, really
AK
cool,
looking to
model. If you like using the southpaw, definitely great. Use him.
Definitely nice body shots too. Ooh, good combinations early.
Yes,
for AK Landon.
Love it. Rear uppercuts to the body. That's just, if you can pull those off, devastating. That's an Ed Parker special. That's like one of his patented moves, I swear, is the rear uppercut to the body with Connor. Just devastating.
Oh yeah, he just lets his opponents run right into that straight. He's just so phenomenal with his technique. Bam.
We'll have Ed later tonight, but in the meanwhile, we've still got Marcus versus Fee, and it's shaping up to be a pretty good fight here. A lot of damage, big overhand, tactical but violent at the same time, Rob. That's what I like to see.
Very true, and both these guys look like they're just digging at the body here. Nice little sidestep from Fee, but again, AK just really committing to that body uppercut, like you said, Boiler, and just really making Jxssiem feel that power. And there's the clinch from Fee.
Oh, we're just kind of staring at each other in the pocket for a few seconds. Microseconds. Feels like seconds when you're in there. Nice uppercut, though, by Fee. There you go. Presses him up against the cage. We think Jxssiem would have a pretty good advantage here, right? Yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah. Jxssiem on top gets that denial. Uses that GA to hop on over to get the hooks in to take the back. He's going to backhand him. Wants to do some damage here, flatten him out, but the defense there from AK saves himself from getting flattened.
Flattened out, probably as bad as shakes him off. Nice.
Nice flick shake. I'm shaking. And here you go, Fee and AK. 1 minute left in round number 1. Uppercuts, hooks. They're in the middle of the octagon, inside that pocket. Trading shots. Ooh, nice kick.
That was a big whiff by Fee, and Marcus immediately made him pay. Puts him in that plum clinch, though. Nice. Ooh, a little tricky action going on here, both sides here. Rob, finish round 1.
For sure, AK kicks him off as we conclude round number 1. It seems like maybe AK, his body uppercuts and his body kicks have maybe given him the advantage a little bit, but no, it looks like Jxssiem has the significant advantage, has the stats in his favor. So maybe he took round number 1, Boiler.
Huck. Getting some upgrade on the sound. That's better than no sound.
Ooh, I
I
like
appreciate
that.
you guys for that. Yes.
Turn it up.
Helps keep us excited and enthralled. It's a tough one there. I don't know who I could say would win that, Rob, but I did love Buckley, which was AK, working the body. And I would say that Fee threw 2 or 3 big kicks way out of range that zapped his stamina a little bit, and he got countered on one bad. So it's just got to tighten it up a little bit. But in terms of who won on points, that was a tough one to score.
Yeah, very tough. Very closely exchanged. Very close fight here. Uppercut, lead hook, body uppercut, and there's the return from Feed. Both guys just kind of standing there and looking a body shot like you're back at the schoolyard and your friends would be playing body shots. These guys are just throwing down in the center, Boiler, and neither guy really wants to back up, but so far so good. This fight is starting to heat up.
Yep. Like I said, it's aggressive but tactical. They're not just button mashing, but also one slip up could really end your night. They're throwing some big leather out there.
Yeah, they are. And Fee is just kind of throwing that straight, and then he's looking for that body hook, kind of popping that jab on AK. AK walking forward with that lead uppercut, but gets tagged again to the body, and these guys are just mixing it up pretty well. AK trying to establish himself, but that jab from Jxssiem, Boiler, I mean, it's just keeping him at bay.
Yeah, the piston. I think Jxssiem has a 5-star jab, if I recall. So it's wow, 5-star jab. Nice.
Oh, clean.
Very clean combination there.
So clean.
Got lucky.
Defends the takedown, but man, that straight lead hook was just, it looked a little slow, but it just landed so perfectly. And now you're seeing Fee trying to back up, use his head movement, go to that body again and again, just thunderous shots of the body, Boiler.
Rip into the body, but he went for like 3 or 4 in a row. He got caught up on going to the cookie jar a little bit too much there. So good job by AK not getting disrespected like that. So great back and forth. This is a fun matchup, these two. I like this. I like these guys fighting each other here.
Very good. And the jab again. Fee just keeping Mark outside of range, and Mark trying to throw that body kick, still stalking him. And again, launches that body kick, and you see Fee just go into the well again, go into that body, and just really trying to find some power shot on the chin too.
Oh man, that was close. I thought Fee was about to knock him silly.
Both guys have low head health, Boiler. It seems like Fee has a little advantage here, but he's got to be careful he doesn't get hit by something powerful and doesn't run into an uppercut or a hook, because it could be all she wrote. Woo!
This is the huge overhand too. So close. Big shot. Every time I think someone's getting momentum, the other guy answers back.
So close. I'm at the edge of my seat here. Buckley throwing some power shots and a body shot from Fee. Another one. Here comes Mark. Boiler kind of plodding forward. Got him against the cage. Fee able to roll out to that right side to get to the center.
If he had not done that, he might have been knocked out right there for real. Oh, close. He missed that kick.
Close.
And he almost got countered, but Buckley's just a little too short on that reach, man. That would have been a knockdown, if not a flash knockout, honestly.
That would have been great. But Fee
Who won that, Rob?
Dude, Fee up right now on the judges' scorecards. I seen it. They showed us. Fee just slightly ahead. Good body shots, and he's been doing good head damage too, Boiler. But he's been taking some shots as well. So AK not too far behind here, folks. But oh, look, he goes for the takedown this time. Bails to the back, but he's not able to get it, Boiler. But he has him against the fence. Let's see what he does here.
Oh, big shot. Not where AK wants to be, although he's firing back strongly.
He is. He fought well against the cage. Connected on Fee. Got his respect. Fee had to back up a bit. Now just throwing those straights out there, trying to judge with the jab. Maybe not. Ooh. Boom. Those body shots, Boiler.
Honestly, if you're either guy, you got to assume it's at least tied, if not you're losing on the cards, because we've seen so much crazy stuff with judges. So I don't care what the stats are. I'd be thinking I was losing. I need to at least win this round and get a knockdown.
100%. And that was a great sprawl from AK. AK now kind of stalking him. Throws a big head kick, connects, lands. Fee in big trouble. Uppercut slips through. The block drops him, and he's got an injury, Boiler, and he's got a lot of time on the clock to work. Fee's in some trouble here.
His nose is busted. Dude, that was such a nice block breaking combo, and he's down. Robbie's hurt bad. We got half a round left, and he's in stacked guard.
Shots, he's out. He's
out,
Boiler.
Rob. Holy cow, dude. He finished it for real. He's like, I don't want no judges. Just like Boiler was saying, I can't trust none of this. I'm going for the finish, Rob, and he did right there.
After possibly losing the first 2 rounds, AKA, or AK, Mark, whatever you want to call him, walked forward with Joaquin Buckley and landed that head kick beautifully, rocked him, threw a combination, broke him with the uppercut, jumped on top, stack guard, and bang, bang, bang. Choo-choo train, put on the pain, and put down WID Fee and took his win.
Epic
Removed
fight,
it from
dude.
consciousness.
Epic fight. Like you said, the judges were giving it to Fee, it looked like. You never know for sure, but awesome work by AK. Had some sick combos in there. Natural kind of non-cheesy block break where he was putting perfect combos, and then he slipped an uppercut right in through there. And then, of course, that head kick when he was leaning back, and the killer instinct to go into stack guard and finish him with the ground and pound. Like, I'm not letting you back up. We're not getting back into a slugfest. You're too dangerous. I'm going to finish you on the ground here. Man, awesome fight. I'm not going to say I'm going to force those guys to rematch again anytime soon, but I'm going to keep my eye on that because I want to see them fight again sometime again, Rob, here in the ESFL. That was a great fight.
Definitely, and AK finally getting his first win, and a loss there could have resulted in a cut. So his back was against the wall, and he produced. He performed, beat a very game. And those K1 guys, you got to watch out for those K1 guys. I think the last time I commented on a card, every single K1 guy won. So a very, very good camp over there in K1. Hope you guys enjoyed. But we are not done. We are not done, not nearly. And we have another one, fight number 4, Boiler, as we cruise on through this card. Hope you guys are having a good time. But we have another one, Boiler. Talk to us about this matchup between Reaper and K1, teammate of the guy we just saw, WYD. K1 cooked. K1 cooked.
K1 is taking over. K1 cooked is actually their camp leader, is what I've been told. And K1 cooked is going up against Reaper. Almost like half the guys on our card tonight are K1s, so it's really the most well-represented camp these days. So K1 Cook 1-2. He lost to Fortify. Obviously, Fortify is fighting for the belt tonight, so that's not a problem. Lost to Ziggy Boy, which is a little surprising maybe, but Cooked did get his first ESFL win against AK, who we just saw, Marcus, at ESFL 179. So 1-2 for Cooked. Reaper 0-0 this season. He fought a lot in UFC 4. Reaper had a child who just turned 1 year old, so Reaper hasn't been in the competitive scene, but is back. First competitive fight, and it loves Colby Covington, and that's the choice here for Reaper. So congrats to you and the wife. Wanted to shout out to his wife and kid there. Rob, pretty cool.
Very cool, and we all know what happened to Don Cerrone when he had a kid. He metamorphed into the dad Donald, and he was very motivated and looked phenomenal. So Reaper, maybe some extra motivation for his 1-year-old baby here as he comes into the ESFL against Captain Cook, who is playing Leon Rocky Edwards. And I love the Covington pick. Let's see if he uses the takedowns, the clinch, and he does have some fast striking, just kind of lacks the power a little bit here, Boiler.
He's lacking the power, but he's being so precise and catching them in vulnerability areas. Reaper was piecing them up decently. All right, looks like their stream is chugging along. Oh, wow, he was almost taken down. Reaper was almost taken down. This is a good fight. We'll hope this stream holds together. K1 Cooked is in South Africa, of all places. Pretty cool that we have such a worldwide presence here in the ESFL. Hopefully that's not causing the lag and stuff, but is what it is. Seems like the fight itself isn't too laggy. It's more of the stream. So, fingers crossed here at the ESFL, Rob.
Fingers are crossed. And I'm feeling lucky. It's red panty night for us because it's another ESFL event. Reaper on top, utilizing his ground game so beautifully with Colby Covington. But some reason Boiler just says, hey, get up. You're against the cage. Let's go. Was that a mistake or is that game plan?
Just get up. Probably, oh, wow. Playing, I guess. I don't know, but Cook taking Reaper down. I don't know if he was expecting Edwards to be giving him some problems on the ground tonight here in the first round.
Yeah, and that was the second time Cooked utilized that turning takedown, that inside trip, and this time Reaper was not able to flick it and to deny it. So, Leon does have some ground game, obviously, a lot of ground game, good submissions. He's got the top game. So let's see if, sometimes when you're playing a wrestler and you know that they want to take you down, you have to be able to maneuver down here. You don't want to try to get right back up to your feet. You want to play their game because they're just going to keep diving. So why, they're diving. They're like Michael Phelps out there. You got to take the water out of the swimming pool.
No, you can't. Exactly. You got to be able to, speaking of water, you got to flow. And whatever your opponent brings, you got to know how to counter that. You know what I mean? You can't
Bruce
just
Lee
go.
quote.
Exactly. I butchered it, but it's close enough.
No, it was perfect. Perfect. And then, speak of butchering, Reaper trying not to be butchered right now, but So Cook not really able to do too much damage as the first round is concluded. He's letting his opponent know that, hey, I could get you to the ground, you're Colby Covington, but I could hold you, so you better watch out. And look, I got more significant strikes than you. Cook probably taking round number 1 there.
Some of my favorite fighters using this game are wrestlers with powerful hands, and I know that if I'm like Dan Henderson, Johnny Hendricks, some of my favorite guys, if I'm getting takedown or I'm on the bottom with those guys, I'm starting to freak out, especially against someone who has some decent jiu-jitsu. I'm not saying that's exactly what Reaper's going through here, but I don't know. I feel like if you're Covington and you're starting to get the worst of the grappling, that's not good because you definitely don't have the better of the stand-up.
100%. If the fight is forced on the feet and you're kind of landing in an equal exchange, it's going to hurt. Leon's got the power, but look, a good sprawl there. He defends himself, and now he ends up on top in half guard. Reaper, where he wants to be in that scramble, and now cruises on over to that side control position, gets that deny, and now he is very much in control here.
Yes, and 4 minutes to work as well. That's the key. So he doesn't have to rush it. Of course, you want to do as much out of everything. And in the settled position, but a lot of times you don't need to make mistakes.
And you're seeing a lot of good denials from the top from Reaper, but Cook able to get back to his feet. Boom, lands a nice left, throws that uppercut, but Reaper able to dodge it with the back sway.
Yeah, I mean, Reaper's had some success on the feet and even probably better stats landed, but I don't know why he stood up there. But that was a beautiful trip into side control, though. How about that? There you go.
Slick stuff from Reaper. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. And he's been real good on top with Colby getting key denies. And he loves to get to this side control position. He feels real comfortable here. But his opponent has been doing a good job not getting stuck there, not getting put in the crucifix. But now he's in full mount. Very dangerous position. But I think he got the denial on top. Reaper in control. He's going to posture up. No. Cook defends himself.
Nice denial by Cook. That was critical. If you missed that, he could have been taking some damage from a postured up with no stamina at the time. So great work there by Cook. I don't know if it's a pre-deny or just incredible read.
Good defense. We're seeing these two just trying to maneuver here in the grappling realm. And he uses the momentum Cooked from the bottom to get that sweep. Good job. Gets the denial as well. Let's see what he does here. He's going to fake full mount, go for full mount, take full mount. And now he has turned the table on him.
If he can do some real damage here, possibly he could win this round. He's got a minute left. If he could rock him. And he's starting to chip away. Big elbow. Love it. And he's back up.
Rocks him.
Pounded
away.
In
trouble, Boiler.
Big shots. Another
Bang
elbow.
Again.
I love it. I love that elbow, man.
He's timing it well. Trying to posture up. Cook's denying him beautifully, though, getting a flick up. This is a tough position to be in. You got to get this flick beautifully, but this time he does not get it. And here comes the thunderous bombs from Leon Edwards on top. Reaper getting pounded.
Good work by Cook, man. I think he might have stolen the round with this ground and pound, honestly. Damage he's doing here. Just working the
agree.
Body. Great work there at the end.
And there it is. Cook able to steal round number 2. And this fight is looking pretty good. You're seeing Leon Edwards actually doing majority of the damage on the ground against Colby Covington. So now let's see how round number 3 plays out. What is Cook gonna do? This is gonna be an interesting one.
I feel like this is a very odd fight. I can't get my bearings too well, but I do know Cooked just had a great end of the round, and I gotta feel like he's in the lead right now.
Yeah, 2 thunderous elbows just colliding to Kobe's head, rocking him twice. And now we'll see the confidence here. What kind of composure does Reaper have? Is he going to be able to stay on his feet? Is he going to go to the ground? He's got to do something big here.
I think composure's
Nice sprawl.
a big part of it, Rob, because
Oh, yeah.
like Reaper's doing very well, and I don't know if he's losing composure or he's just having fun out there or what exactly is going on, but he's had a couple mental breakdowns. That was an interesting kick. I don't know if it was the right idea, but throwing some stuff out there. But point is, composure. You got to wonder if being out of the competitive scene so long, where's your composure at?
Yeah, you got to be composed. You got to be calm, cool, and collected, especially in the ESFL with the bright lights shining upon you on the center stage. And right now he's on fire, though. He's putting a lot of pressure. He almost lands that head kick, but Leon kind of ducks in for a takedown, and his punches just go right over the top of his head. Reaper in control, though. He's really doing a good job. Pedal to the metal is what you want to see from Reaper, who could be down in this fight.
It's about as fun as a Colby Covington fight could be. He's throwing spinning kicks and lots of punches, some takedown attempts earlier. Reaper's definitely going after it. He ain't gonna, make it a boring fight at all.
Ooh, popped him with the 1-2. Definitely not a boring fight, but he eats just a hook to the face. You see a lot of slip strikes from Cook trying to make him miss and make him pay. But Reaper still standing there with his R2 guard up in the face of Cooked, daring him to fight. He really wants to make this chaotic, it seems like, Boiler, and chaos is ensuing in the octagon here.
Chaos. I think it's on the end of Cooked, coming out on the better end for Cook, but it ain't over yet till he's rocked. He gets that spear takedown, almost like flipped him over. Holy cow, it's the biggest Goldberg-style takedown I've seen for a minute.
Another beautiful takedown by Cooked. Puts him in a prime position to win this fight with only 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. Just has to control, maybe do a little damage, and this one could be in the bag for all you Cooked fans out there. But maybe, just maybe, oh, a guillotine attempt. He's got it. He has a slight, maybe, stamina advantage. He's got to be perfect here, Boiler. He goes for it. Oh, he gets the deny on Cooked. This is bad. He's going to get it in. He's going to get it in.
He's got 55 seconds, 54 seconds. Check out half that stamina bar, but I don't think he's going to be able to get another full submission here in 42 seconds. But that was nice work there, man. Reaper.
That was a beautiful display there, and that put him in a position to win the fight. That's what you want to see from a competitor, and he's going to let him up again. He bows down to him, shows him some respect, now flexes his muscles in his face. He's playing mind tricks on him.
This would have been a fun 5-rounder, but it's only 3.
Oh, he hits him this time with the Boiler.
Reaper.
That same kick.
Holy cow, the tornado kick, right? Holy cow, Woo! Reaper. That's a way to come back to the ESFL, buddy. Your wife and child got to be proud of that performance. If they're not, tell them Boiler said they should.
Even after a spectacular 3rd round, unfortunately, too much has been done already by Cooked, and he had too many judges in his favor there. But it was a good fight. Reaper did well, made it exciting until the end, and Cooked, Captain Cook came out and cooked his opponent. I mean, he served him up. That was great.
He did. Cook didn't panic when he was in some bad positions on the ground. He fought decently on his feet, although I'll say Reaper was almost strike for strike with Cook on the feet. But you got Leon Edwards' power, accuracy, and speed versus Colby Covington. It's not really fair on the stand-up like that. But I'm telling you, that tornado kick landed flush. That was some great work there, man. But congrats to Cook. He goes 2-2. Reaper 0-1. But hey, man, as soon as Reaper signs back up, he'll be on an ESFL card again. So maybe ESFL 181 next event. I hope you sign up, Reaper, because that was a lot of fun, man.
Yep, great fight, guys. Great fight. Cooked able to use his takedowns with Leon Edwards, get to good positions against the grappler Colby Covington, utilized by Reaper, and get the win. Now moves to 2-2. Cruising, maybe getting a rank soon from Big Boiler. But without further ado, guys, let's get through to fight number 5. And we got teammates fighting here. 2K1 guys, MTJ and W Payne, Boiler.
Yep, K1. I believe Payne just joined K1 or recently did, at least at the start of the season. He wasn't in K1 as far as I'm aware. But we got V-Payne versus Muay Thai Jesus. And, you know, let bygones be bygones. Unfortunately, Muay Thai Jesus was not able to fight the last couple cards, but he is back on the roster. And honestly, he could be in line for a title shot if he wins a couple fights in a row. He went 2-1 in our start of the season, ESFL 176. He made it to the finals of that 8-man tournament, if you remember back in February. Ended up losing the championship to Bum. But anyway, Muay Thai Jesus, he can get this win. That's going to be huge. And I got John Anik in my ear, so I'm not going to shout over Anik.
We got another commentator, John Anik, joining us. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, John? How's it going? And round one, Payne picking Pantoja, Muay Thai Jesus picking Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson. Very fast with his attacks and already putting on the storm. But W. Payne able to defend that early takedown quickly, Boiler, and kind of let him know, hey, it's not going to be that easy to get me to the floor.
No, not at all. And I like to see this weight class. We don't see this weight class too often. Of course, Mighty Mouse, who I think I consider the GOAT, but certainly is the GOAT of this weight class. So we got, but to give Payne his due, he is 1-0, and he did beat AKA Amazon last fight. So we'll see if he can pick up that second win over his new teammate, Muay Thai Jesus. We'll find out. Both guys are top 20, so, you know, who's going to make it to top 10? I think the winner of this will be in the top 10, Rob.
Dang, a lot of implications, a lot of hype behind this fight for the top 10 spot. Muay Thai Jesus with Mighty Mouse Johnson, you're able to string together such fast and vicious combinations. The power's not there, but you could definitely string them together and get knockdowns. V Payne catches that leg and just eats a straight uppercut too, and Mighty Mouse is tagging him.
He is. These weight classes are tough for me to fight, probably because I'm just an old man, but they're really tough to call play-by-play. I know Bailey gives it his best go. Rob, call us through this because I got no hope of keeping up with this action.
No problem. V-Payne put on the pressure, ducks that head kick, eats a right hand because of it. Good play from V-Payne. They are moving so fast. It's almost like watching a Dragon Ball Z episode here, Vegeta versus Goku. I mean, these guys are just swinging and just raining hell upon each other, but a little space now, and V-Payne may be in the lead just by a smidge, but it's just so hard to tell.
It is. Commentary curse, of course, as soon as I say they're crazy action, they start to stare at each other just a little bit. Close first round. Neither guy's done a ton of damage to either person, I don't think. I feel like maybe Muay Thai Jesus has taken a little bit of a lead, but really hard to say so far in this first round.
Yeah, it is really hard to tell. 1 minute left, 1 minute left in round number one. And you're seeing Muay Thai. Both these guys kind of just using their footwork, kind of staying on the outside, really trying to be defensive now, using their footwork. And a lot of straights and lead hooks. There's the teep kick from Muay Thai. Just lands a knee on the inside, connects with some good shots.
Great sequence there by MTJ. He landed at least 4 or 5 significant strikes, and that's enough to win the scorecard in a close fight like this.
For sure. And again, with that straight, V-Payne stepping in with it, sniping with that straight. V-Payne's been loving it. Muay Thai Jesus watching and waiting, and they're staying at distance, and they go ahead and go to round number 2. Yeah. Round number 2, guys.
MTJ looks like pretty clear winner on the significant strikes. Not a ton of damage either way, but got to give 1-0 to MTJ. They're both giving each other respect, touching gloves. I told them, hey, I don't like to put fight camps up against one another, but hey, it's ESFL, man. The best got to fight the best. You guys are both in line for some special things. You're going to have to fight each other this week. And they were cool with that. They're like, we're pros. We're ready for this.
That's what you like to see. You know, with so many good fighters in K1, eventually they're going to have to meet in the Esports Fight League because they seem to be taking over this league. Muay Thai Jesus coming forward, landing some good shots, in and out movement. You're seeing that lead leg kick fake. Both guys utilizing that nicely. Neither guy really getting a huge lead so far, but I think you're right, brother. I think Muay Thai Jesus isn't actually in control. I think he's in the lead.
He's very legit, man. His skill set.
Ooh, backstep straight.
Yes. I love high-powered and heavier weights, but at these lower weights, you can really see the skill, really see some of the combos. And we're seeing that right now from Muay Thai Jesus. Just the precision and the speed and accuracy are great.
Yeah, he's given V-Pain a lot of trouble here, and now he's going to go ahead and throw his legs to the side, get into that side control position, try to step over to full mount, but the denial from the bottom, and V-Pain able to get that to the full guard position. Good job by V-Pain to damage control there.
Big time damage control. Because the last thing you want is Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson your side control, but as Pantoja, V-Pain was able to regain full guard. Real nice for survival purposes. I don't know if he's going to threaten submissions from this position. Of course he could. Mighty Mouse got great submission defense, but yeah, I think Pain needs to try to get up or pop the submission ASAP, or this is going to happen.
Yeah, Johnson just hitting the body. You see him just slowly building up that GA with these body shots. Muay Thai Jesus and V-Pain trying to just feint, put the legs on, trying to fake. It just doesn't seem like Muay Thai Jesus is biting on any of this, and he's just building that bar up and just maintaining control, posturing up, and just staying in the lead. I mean, I know this isn't adding to control time because they're in the full guard, but still looking good on the eye test.
Yeah, it's looking good on the eye test and kind of the morale, right? Like actually grinding your opponent down. You're like, you know your opponent's getting a little frustrated here. And Pain's been trying to throw up some submissions and put some fakes out there, but Muay Thai Jesus responding quite well. And 1 minute left in this second round. They're on their feet again, Rob.
Let's see what happens. 45 seconds left. Here comes V-Pain. A little hesitant, though. He's not fully committing. He wants to, make sure he doesn't get just battered, and those teep kicks are coming out nicely from Muay Thai Jesus. And I love the back steps from Muay Thai Jesus. He's really looking to counter.
He is. Precision. Oh, misses the overhand. Good counter by Pain, but Pain gets a little too greedy and takes a big shot. Oh, 7 seconds. Going for the stacked. Oh, wow.
Man, I'm stealing that, Boiler. That was a backstep elbow. A backstep elbow is so... I don't know if I've seen that. That was beautiful. Backstep elbow down he goes. And right here, you see it in the... Finally, a good replay.
Love it. Thank you.
They skipped
love it. We got one replay of it. I'm going to make sure there's a Twitch highlight of that. Maybe even put that on YouTube highlight. But next time, guys, show the replay if you got such a sweet one. It's all right. They're in the fire of the fight. It's tough, but great work, though. That was a nice move for sure.
That was definitely a nice move. And I could really tell Muay Thai Jesus has command over his striking game. And with Mighty Mouse, his ability to leap in and out like a cat and attack and detonate. And V-Pain is in trouble now. He's felt that. Let's see how he adjusts. He's got to be careful to get back. He's got to be careful not to get backstepped again.
Right. Demetrius so smooth too with his footwork.
Pop. Oh, those hooks are nasty too. Real quick, just blop, blop, blop.
Connected nicely, man. A lot more damage is starting to show up on Pantoja now.
Yeah, for sure. He's starting to wear it on his face. A couple injuries on the eye, on the nose. A cut is forming. He's having trouble breathing. He misses that head kick, and it's just the elusiveness of Muay Thai Jesus giving V-Pain so much trouble here.
It's starting to snowball on him just a little bit. If you're Pain, you almost want to just like take a breath, take 5 seconds. Don't just keep chasing and following because that's where he's getting caught up. Yeah, easier said than done, though.
For sure. He really wants to get some of this damage off, but his block is being tested. That lead hook from Muay Thai Jesus is just connecting again and again. Finally, a nice head kick lands flush, though, from Pain on the temple of Muay Thai Jesus. But again, a pull back straight or a step back straight, and that was just lightning fast.
Good takedown defense. It was a very late turn, about as late of a turning takedown as you can make, and he still had the wherewithal to flick the denial just in time. So great work there by Pain.
For sure, Pain not really throwing any body kicks, and when someone's stepping back, it seems like that body kick is there. But he really is just throwing the hands of Pantoja, and now Muay Thai Jesus starting to flow, putting him against the cage and putting a lot of pressure and a lot of pressure on that block, and it's starting to deteriorate here, Boiler. You see the arms go up. He cannot eat too many more of these shots as the pressure is being implemented by the Muay Thai Jesus with 1 minute left in this fight.
Oh, and MTJ is doing a really good job of popping one or two, knocking that block down, and then circling, making sure Pantoja can't get away. So he was stalking his prey quite well. Payne did get out, get his back off the cage, but I feel like Jxssiem is lining him up for a big combo here to finish this fight.
Definitely sitting in that barber chair. My boy getting clipped by Michael Johnson, or excuse me, Mighty Mouse, not Michael Johnson. Muay Thai Jesus, though, gets thrown on the ground, but Payne has no stamina really to do anything here, Boiler.
Yeah, no, that's a moral victory, which ain't going to get you more money. Ain't going to get you a win bonus, but that was a real nice throw there to finish the fight at least, Rob. So, hey, good work there by Payne. Muay Thai Jesus, pretty clear winner, I think. Great way to get back into the ESFL competition. There's that replay with that sick elbow, Rob.
Yeah, probably the sickest play of the night so far. That step back elbow, just beautiful, and that's kind of what Muay Thai Jesus was really relying on. You saw him looking for those step back counters, throwing the straight, throwing the elbow, just doing a real good job. And then on the inside, he would attack with that lead hook, and the speed and the accuracy of Mighty Mouse. Let's see the winner. Dominant, Boiler.
Yep. 30-28 was in there, which is kind of interesting. But, yeah, all judges for Mighty Mouse, and that makes sense. Great work. Muay Thai Jesus, 3-1 into the top 10. Another win or two could be challenging for a belt by the end of the year. You never know. We still got a few events after tonight. So, great work there. And as for V Payne, not a bad performance at all. Muay Thai Jesus is the stud. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, what we're going to do, it sounds like, Rob, we might have to review the card just a little bit and preview the future while wrangling gets going on in the background. Make sure we get the next fights up.
What do you think about that fight? K1 Vuk and K1 Jody is next, right? So we still have time before Ed Parker versus Driz, but we have, oh, I see. So we're going to need a little time here, guys. So yeah, sure, Boiler. We're going to go back in the card. Let's talk about what's happened so far, and it's going to be glorious, Boiler. What have you liked so far tonight? What have you seen out here from these esports fight league competitors? You've seen a few guys coming in with an O like Tech early in the fight or early in the card, and he's able to get that win, and also AK too got his first win. Yeah. A lot of guys getting their first wins tonight.
No, it's been a really fun card so far. We're at the halfway mark, 5 of 10 fights. Dang. I highlighted AK versus WYDB as my potential fight of the night for tonight. It was a lot of fun. AK pulled it out towards the end. But as you said, the Tech versus Ziggy was a lot of fun too, and it was Tech's first dub. All around, it's been fun night. I'm not sure. I still think a real fight of the night, who, by the way, gets a little bit of cash in their pocket, both participants of fight of the night. We got to make sure we choose that at the end of the night. But so far, I think I'm going to give it to AK and WYD fee halfway through. What about you?
Okay, so D is your choice. I'm going to have to go with, MTG personally, because he was able to land like that step back elbow, which was absolutely phenomenal. And we're going to see more K1 opponents later tonight, guys. And even down the line, Boiler, let's talk about what we have ahead of us, which are some fantastic fights. We actually have the first ever live ESFL event winner, Romero. Who explain to these people they don't know Romero what implications this has for a co-main event.
If you're new to ESFL, and I look at our YouTube stats, at least half our viewers are return viewers, but we got a lot of new viewers. So if you're a new viewer, you haven't seen ESFL live in Vegas a couple years ago, go look on our YouTube page for ESFL Live Vegas. We took over the HyperX Arena in person, no lag. That was probably one of the best parts, right? And in the end, Romero, who's fighting our co-main, fought against Suave Jxssiem, who's our current champion. So both those guys are fighting. Ended up having it's either a best of 5 or best of 7, and it came down to that final game. It was so close between Jamie, who flew in all the way from Ireland to Las Vegas, by the way, and Romero came from New York City all the way to Vegas. So both those dudes are fighting later tonight, and I'm looking forward to our next live event. I can't let any cats out of the bag. Nothing's official yet, but we're trying our damnedest to make another live event happen sooner than later, Rob. So there you go. That's as much as I can give you right now.
And that live event was awesome. I remember watching you, Boiler, and it was like you were in the pressure cooker. It was like Swiss Lebix was throwing combinations on you all night, but you handled it. Sweat dripping down your face, wrangling the fighters. It was magic in a bottle, lightning in a bottle, wasn't it?
It was an epic event. Probably my top gaming event of all time, or gaming memory, and one of my top like 5 favorite just memories of all time, honestly. Like, it was just so cool to have. We had like 30 people show up from all around the world. Everyone was cool, had a fun time, epic fights. It was like a pressure cooker, man. I was running around. Like, anybody who knows about wrangling and getting fighters together on a fight day like this, that's tough virtually. But when you're actually like running around building, trying to make sure people are, you know, doing the right things in person, it was crazy. But no, it was so much fun. Got to make it happen again, man. So I don't know.
We will.
We're gonna make it happen again, Rob. Exactly.
We're on our way, and we did talk about Romero, and we gave a little backstory on him as we look into the future tonight in the co-main event, guys. But how about we talk about Jxssiem from WR, who defeated Elite King, lost to Treehouse, beat Vader style. He has a big opportunity here, and what has he been saying? What's the message you want to give the audience on this contender Jxssiem having a huge opportunity here to beat a legend like Romero with this opportunity, you know?
Epic opportunity. So Jxssiem got the co-main, you know, he's ranked number 7, 2-1. Got the co-main, which is a nice step up, right? You know, being a co-main on ESFL is nice, but his opponent dropped out the last second, like a couple hours ago. Romero's like, hey, man, I'm looking for a fight. I'm like, hey, Jxssiem, you ready to go to the big time? You're up against Romero. He's like, bring him on. Let's go. Nothing to lose. I love that attitude. So that's our co-main. It's a 5-rounder, too. So 5-rounder, best of 1. Forward to it. And of course, that main event, Suave Jxssiem versus Vader. So I think we're going to get moving on with the second half of the card here, Rob. But, dude, every fight from here on out, it's got some killers for real. No joke.
You guys got a lot to look forward to tonight. You make sure you grab a snack, you grab a pop, a cola, and get ready because we are on fight number 6, guys, and we got teammates again. These K1 guys are like the Cybermen. They just keep coming. K1 Vuk versus K1 Jody, BJJ, Boiler. Tell me about these studs.
Let's do it, Jody and Vuk. I think one thing about K1 is they're growing. People want to join them. They keep recruiting folks. I'm not sure if both these dudes have been in K1 for, you know, the whole time that K1's been around. But long story short, Jody, 2-1, lost to Linus, who used to be known as Strictly Business. Okay, Linus fighting later tonight. But Jody, besides that loss, he defeated Storm and defeated Ziggy Boy in the last couple events. So 2-1 for Jody. Vuk was 8-3 in season 1. Like, the best guy to not really be the champ in season 1, I think. And his only losses this year are to Muay Thai Jesus and Smudger. Both those dudes are studs. We obviously saw Muay Thai Jesus. And Smudger is no joke. So Vuk did beat NM Burn and WYD Fee, who we saw earlier tonight. So looking to go 3-2 is Vuk, and looking to go 3-1 is his teammate Jody.
And I've never seen anybody pick up Imavov. Vuk Gaming picking up a unique pick, and Jody selecting Sean Strickland. An exciting matchup here, folks.
Never seen this combination. I don't think I've seen. You really don't see Strickland very much. Definitely not. However you say his name, Imavov. Imavov.
It's like you're trying to call to your mother for a bowl of cereal, bro.
Give me some lucky
Here we go, Imavov. Strickland is good though. His pressure boxing, obviously, if you see him in the UFC, he's got that pressure boxing. He doesn't have a lot of power, but Jody trying to implement that pressure. But Vuk Gaming doing good, keeping him off, and he has so many notable wins. He's a veteran. He's handling himself pretty well so far.
An 8-3 last season for Vuk, but started off tough this year. Lost Muay Thai Jesus in the 8-man tournament to start the season, and then lost the next card started off 0-2, but has won 2 in a row. If Vuk can get his 3rd in a row here, he'll definitely break into the top 10, possibly top 5.
Big win, big opportunity here then. Jody, though, plotting forward and standing in the range and landing a nice amount of volume here. Good hooks, stepping back, throwing that front kick, moving his head nicely, and Vuk having his hands full here, but he is landing damage too back at Jody, making him pay when he comes in his range with Imavov.
Yeah, he's slowly giving ground, but he's firing back. So he's like, all right, I'll give you a little bit of ground, but you're going to take a couple shots, and then I'm going to pivot out and do it all over again. I like it, being able to fight off the back foot a little bit. Not that you're retreating, you're just kind of setting your opponent up. That can be smart, especially if you got the reach advantage like it looks like it does here.
Yeah, if you get your opponent to come in on you and you can land like perfectly executed shots and hit him from range, it's beautiful. Nice uppercut lands though from Jody, kind of pops him underneath in a nice little slip straight. Imavov letting it fly there.
Popped his nose, looked like cherry pie eating contest. Strickland just face covered in blood.
Woo, it's getting dirty in there. Strickland coming forward, his nose is leaking pretty badly. Still putting on that pressure with those injuries forming though in round number 1, 10 seconds left. Looks like a pretty good round for Vuk here.
Nice takedown in that part, but got to give that to Vuk. Yeah, looking at those stats, more damage, significant strikes were even though. Total strikes slightly an advantage of Vuk, but the damage, got to presume, was in Vuk. But pretty close fight. What do you think Jody can do to stop that momentum or turn things around? Because it just felt like in the rhythm that they were in, Jody's not going to be able to win that type of rhythm here, it seems.
Yeah, Jody's got to be careful when he, decides to come into the range of Vuk, because Vuk's doing a good job at throwing that straight, that jab, slipping and ripping. So he's got to just be defensive, come in, maybe slip, and just make sure he doesn't get hit. See, that straight is just peppering him, and then he's comboing off of it and just getting annihilated. Jody's got to be careful.
Quick combos for some middleweights for sure. Good work there.
They're fast, huh? Imavov's fast.
Yeah, man. Imavov, no joke. Just pop, 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 pop. Fired off 4 before you knew what happened there.
And Vuk's really doing a good job at moving his head a lot, not staying on that center line. Strickland catches that kick, tries to trip him, but Imavov's defending well. Vuk's throwing shots now. A lot of hooks. Jab. Ooh, he's firing combos still. Now starting to heat up a little bit, maybe putting on even more pressure. Now taking control of the octagon. Jody was putting on the pressure, but now it's Vuk, Boiler. Uppercut. He is just landing, and he is smashing Jody in round number 2 here.
Precise.
Oh, man.
Precise, man. He's just very precise. He's not throwing much, but what he throws lands. And what he misses sets up the next one to land, it seems.
Yes, it's all like a string. He lands one, and he has the combination ready to go to fire out there, and he's stringing these together so nicely. There's the movement from Jody to alleviate some of that pressure, but still Vuk coming forward with the jab. Bang, eats a nice little hook from Jody. Finally, Jody able to do some damage. And now Jody being a little bit better with his head movement, not taking as many shots from Vuk Gaming, who looks just so beautiful and fundamental in there. Boom, 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 bang!
Wow, what an
down he goes.
Save his life, but otherwise nothing's going good for Jody. That was a great combo, and he's hurt still. Look at his head health; it's still flashing. His stamina's starting to go down. Big uppercut.
Connection, detection. He's got him down. Side control. The nose is bloody. It's busted up, and those elbows are coming from Vuk. He's slicing. He's dicing. He's trying to escape Boiler, but Jody just cannot get out. His head health is blinking. Finally able to throw him off into half guard position, but there it is, right to side saddle. Oh my God, Boiler. He's in trouble.
That's a real bad spot. Look at that stamina. It's starting to really leak away. One slight elbow there makes your head flash, and they still got a whole minute in this position.
Time is ticking, and thank goodness he's able to get to sprawl. He tries to escape on that right side get up, but no. Vuk controls him, meets him with a flick, takes his backside position. What's he going to do, Boiler? Is he going to posture up? Is he going to try to just wait for a denial? And it's, you know, Jody sneaks in to the half guard position, but still, Imavov on top in control.
Got to go for one ground and pound sequence, you would think. Maybe just being real patient, trying to grind his opponent out, but I think he would try to go for one. He's happy to just chip away with a little bit of elbows and get another denial. Hey, it's very dominant performance, no matter how you cut it.
Definitely. Sean Strickland's face is all cut up. Those elbows are adding salt to injury, and both guys are respecting each other. They know what this means, and here we go. Vuk Gaming is on fire here in round number 3. Can his opponent stop him in an uppercut from Jody? A historic uppercut.
That was clutch. That's the type of shot that can change the fight when you desperately need it. Let's see if he can accomplish anything with it. Oh.
That's got Vuk Gaming on his back foot now, thinking a little bit more. Not as smooth, not as flowy, but now recollecting himself. Vuk defended himself nicely. Now back on the attack. Strickland's nose is busted up in a back step straight. Beautiful, piston-like.
Beautiful shot there by Vuk. Jody misses opportunity to maybe get a knockdown or even some sort of flash knockout. Not saying it's over yet, but Vuk seems to have recovered and is doing his own damage again.
Doing good damage. Vuk moving beautifully here. Oh, but another uppercut. This time, Jody goes for the takedown, but Vuk is ready for it. Jody having a phenomenal round, but now eats an uppercut himself. Payback is up.
Love it. Great work. These up kicks are crazy, though. UFC 6 wish list. No more crazy up kicks to save your life when you're knocked out. Just saying.
The auto up kicks.
Yes.
Here comes Jody. No chin left. Head health is blinking. He's in dire straits, but he's still plodding forward. Both guys have really done a good job. They've landed uppercuts. And Vuk is in a little trouble, but lands a couple good shots there, goes for the takedown, and he is going to take the back. He has a stamina advantage. He's going to try to get him to the ground, but Jody defends himself valiantly. But in the end, it's Imavov again on top, controlling Strickland.
Has that bigger stamina bar, was able to just keep powering through with different chain wrestling and ended up on the bottom. Great defense for while it lasted, Jody, but just could not last long.
Darce!
Put him in the Darce, Rob. Call us through this.
He's got him in the Darce. The stamina's in the favor of Jody, but Vuk Gaming uses that to get better position. He flats him out. He flattens him out. Goes for the choke. Strickland has no stamina left.
Ooh. Can he get a finish? Can he at least end with an exclamation mark with 1 minute left? He's got the advantage in position. He's got the advantage in stamina, advantage in damage. But what can he do here? I want to see if he can pull off one of these submissions, Rob.
It would be great to see him try to go for a finish. And there it is. Jody escapes. 35 seconds left. What can Jody do? He's got to land that uppercut again. Vuk Gaming backing up a bit, though, Boiler.
Vuk's got to be really worried about not ducking into that uppercut for a third time, because the first two, he got lucky. He didn't get knocked out, really.
And snipes him straight down the pipe. Body shots. Headshot. Dead.
Shot dead, Rob. Bang!
Yeah, bang. And there it is. Wow, Vuk Gaming looked quite phenomenal in there, and that was against the game opponent, and he was able just to unleash bombs, and there it is in the replay. Nice. Wow, that was a great fight. Boiler. How'd you feel about that one? Jody fought well, too. Both guys put on a performance.
That was super fun. That's going into the highlights and possibly knockout of the night. Maybe even as an option for fight of the night. We'll review that towards the end, but a lot of back and forth action, a lot of violence. Just as it seemed like Jody was going to get steamrolled, he would catch and hurt Vuk, or he would, get out of a submission attempt or a bad position. So Jody just kept on hustling, trying his hardest. Not enough, though. Vuk was just got the skill, He's got the power. He's got the experience. Remember, he went 8-3 last season. He's 3-2 now. Had a tough start to this season, but he's on a 3-win streak. Could be a top 5 guy, and could be challenging for the title in a fight or two here, Rob.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know, Vuk looks like he's in rhythm there, and he's got a lot of tools. And he fought against Jody, and Jody looked like he was game too.
Yeah.
Uppercuts landing flush. He did not give up. That was not an easy fight for Vuk. Jody was ranked 10th. Vuk was ranked 11th. Now Vuk maybe busts in to that top 10 in the world on the PS side. So good stuff tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And we just got word from the truck that Ed Parker, the quicksand legend, has walked into the virtual building, and he's wrapping up his gloves. And this next fight, Boiler, you're going to need to talk to us because I'm excited. The people at home are excited. Jxssiem 2-0, ranked 5, has a huge opportunity and a huge undertaking here because he's going against a legendary player. But Jxssiem, this guy's got skills. He's got a lot of skills. Undefeated. Talk to me.
Hey, Jxssiem was going to get a title shot. Unfortunately, wasn't able to make his title shot, so lost that opportunity. But he's back in the saddle at 2-0. If he could beat Ed Parker here, maybe get another win down the road, he could be up for another title shot. We'll see. He is ranked number 5. Last second replacement, by the way. Ed wasn't supposed to fight Jxssiem, but things happen. We still wanted to have Ed fight, of course. So, all right. Jxssiem, let's go. Last second replacement versus Ed. Gonna be a classic fight, I think. Ed's 0-1. It was such an awkward fight. You called it with bailing. It was laggy. Just things weren't working out too well. It is what it is. Ed Parker's freaking legend. Stoked to see him here versus Jxssiem. We're gonna get it all squared away for you guys. In the meantime, Rob, do you have an Ed Parker memory, or you've called so many Ed Parker fights, so many classics. Like when you hear or see Ed Parker ESFL, what comes to your mind?
That's funny because the first memory that pops into my head, and Ed Parker is probably not going to like this, is he was fighting against Romero, who we're going to see on the card later tonight, and Romero threw a Superman from across the cage. I think it was in one of my tournaments, and man, he knocked out Ed Parker from literally a mile away, and then you hear Ed Parker go, "Oh my God," and then he just disconnected. So that's my memory of Ed Parker. Not the best one. Ed Parker tonight does not want that to happen, though, because if you don't know too much about Ed Parker, guys, you can literally tell his fight style if you just saw a silhouette. He has this weird, unique ability to land body shots, to stay at distance, to switch stances. He has such a unique style when you're watching him. He separates himself from the pack, but there's a lot of new fighters. There's a new breed, a new generation, and Ed is one of the old dogs. He's one of those old dogs. Does he still have it? Has Father Time passed him by? Does he still play the game? We're about to find out so many things tonight. Jxssiem, up and coming, just killer. And yeah, I'm so excited to have Ed Parker on the card. It's always a great show when you have a legend like Ed Parker on the card, and I can't wait to see how he performs tonight, Big Boiler. And imagine, Boiler, you get that. He got that call from Big Boiler. He was in his silk underpants. He was like, "Yeah, I'm down to fight. Let's go. ESFL, game time."
You know it. Ed says he's still going to be a minute or two. He's scrambling to get there. Him and Jxssiem are connected in the back channels, trying to get the invite, trying to get the stream up. Our producer's looking. As soon as that stream goes up, we're going straight to it. I do want to give a little bit of a plug. Look, we just had 6 fights in an hour and 10 minutes. Haven't hardly had any type of advertising. I want to say, number one, make sure you follow us on social media. ESFL Gaming on X. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, by the way. Twitch. Twitch is probably the best place to watch it live. Most of the times we do have prediction polls, not tonight because I'm doing commentary. But we got Twitch. We of course have YouTube. If you want to go back and watch the archive, if you didn't see the fight live, if you want to see some highlights going back years, if you want to go see ESFL Live Vegas, like hours of footage of us live in Vegas, go point out Boiler, make fun of me looking like a chicken with my head cut off, running around on our YouTube, ESFL Gaming. Every subscription counts. We're actually super close to 10,000 followers on Twitch and subscribers on YouTube, Rob. So, the goal this summer, 10,000 on Twitch, 10,000 on YouTube. And then once UFC 6 comes down the road, man, we're going to be primed and ready to go hit that new level. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting. Hope you guys are ready. UFC 6 coming soon. I heard some rumors and some rumblings. The commentary has been recorded sometime maybe in October. Could be the next iteration. But Boiler, we got another beautiful fight too. After this one, we still have Romero versus Jxssiem, and we still have the main event. Suave Jamie, who was also at the Esports Fight League live event, undefeated, and he has a chance to actually defend his belt and get a live belt sent to his casa.
Yes, we even pay that international
Mufasa.
shipping. It's extra to ship it overseas, but we still do it here at the ESFL. I will say, if you don't get it through customs, in time, and it gets shipped back to the U.S., I don't know if we're going to send it back to you. That may or may not have happened once. Just going to say. But point is, shipping included. We'll send you the belt. There's also Boiler's bonus, some prize money, not for just the champions, but also those who have 5 fights throughout the season without any demerits, those who get 5 wins, and then definitely the champ of champs gets a little extra cash bonus sent your way, US dollars. You can convert it to whatever after that, I suppose. Looks like we're so close to getting Ed and Driz set up. After that, I think we might have some bad news, possibly Linus going to be scrapped versus AKA MG. Fortunately, that looks like that could be scrapped. We try to put that. Hey, we can't keep every fight together, Rob. We try our damnedest. So that will be scrapped, it seems. But right after that, it's going to be Jxssiem versus Romero. Then it's going to be Suave Jamie, but I see Ed Parker. And I see Ed Parker versus Driz, and they're lined up. I'm going to tell them to go ahead and lock in, Rob. What do you say? Let's do this.
Let's lock it in. Let's lock it in. I'm ready. I can't wait to see what Ed Parker brings. What can Driz do to deal with the quicksand of Ed Parker trying to steal his stamina, going to those body shots. Here we go. Looks like possibly the fight's going to be up on the screen there, folks. Welterweight could be the division, and I'm very intrigued. What's Ed Parker? Who is Ed Parker going to select, Boiler? Because usually he's loving that Conor McGregor pick.
This is going to be really
but we'll see.
Yeah, obviously, well, first and foremost, mirror matches are banned in the ESFL this season. So not like they would both be Bilal, but they can't because guess what? Mirror matches are banned. Only a 3-rounder. We'll see who. I forgot who got first fighter select based off coin toss, but they both said that they're about ready to select. Here we go. Driz over Masvidal maybe, and Conor. Come on, it has to be Conor, right?
I knew it.
Wrong. It could be wrong if he was not, even at welterweight.
He loves Conor McGregor. Maybe even more than I love Conor McGregor. And it's not 5-star Conor McGregor. It's 4-star Conor McGregor. And he's going against 4.5-star Jorge Masvidal. Alter Ego 2019. So it's going to be a striker's delight.
I love it. This is the fly knee Ben Askren killing Masvidal version, I believe, versus the welterweight Conor. Yellow trunks. By the way, Ed Parker was repping the Canadian flag as his avatar in game. He recently moved to Canada, I heard, like a month or 2 ago. So, hey, on this side of the pond, that's awesome. Maybe he'll to make it to the next ESFL Live. Although, not saying the next ESFL Live has to be in North America. We're looking at all different types of venues. Just saying, Rob. Here we go. Ed Parker versus Driz. Let's go, baby.
Here we go. Ed Parker taking the center a little bit. Driz with a nice lead. Head kick, and Parker loves to throw those little jab body shots. He's being aggressive here, though, really taking control early.
Ed is usually pretty aggressive, but he's not crazy aggressive at all. But he is not going to be sitting there and waiting for you, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he really likes to use his model and just put pressure on you just by standing there, not really doing anything, but just putting that pressure by just standing so closely to you and throwing that jab to the body. Looks like he's looking for the head kick too early. And Jxssiem trying to just back up and throw that body kick, but Ed Parker able to catch it and push him back towards that cage.
Seems like Jxssiem is doing a pretty good job of frustrating him. Like, he's not letting Ed get clean combos off. Not that Jxssiem is getting clean combos off either. So they're both kind of the unstoppable force, immovable object type of thing going on here, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Jxssiem's brain is analyzing. Obviously, Ed Parker knows he's got a game opponent, undefeated in front of him. Boom, eats a vicious Masvidal body kick. Jxssiem unloading a couple good shots, hook, body shot. Jxssiem doing well, man. Fighting very good, very evenly exchanged fight between these two.
Jxssiem definitely not phased by the ESFL bright lights or by the matchup against, barely missed that. Jxssiem has that composure.
Ed Parker made a miss, and he made him pay. Uppercut lands. Ed Parker throwing that straight in there, trying to get Jxssiem to throw and trying to get him to miss and trying to make him pay. Body uppercut from Jxssiem lands flush.
Tell that this version of Connor's a little slower. That Celtic cross doesn't snap as quick.
Leg kick. Here comes Jxssiem. Still kind of in that feel out process. Ooh, connects again, and he's landed that rear hook a couple of times now on Ed Parker. Has done good head damage as he throws that head kick. And round number 1 is in the books between these two phenomenal UFC gamers.
Got to give it to Jxssiem, I think. Seemed like he did a little bit more damage, a little bit more command of the octagon. Not a huge difference, but I'm going to have to give that one to Jxssiem.
Yeah, could be. Jxssiem did land a couple good hooks there. And here we go. Round number 2, Ed Parker versus Jxssiem. Ed Parker not able to really implement his dominance like we've seen in the past. Jxssiem obviously an equal matchup, going to the body as well. And he is snapping that rear hook off that jab beautifully there.
Ed got a few decent shots in there that were chipping away. Jxssiem's recovered mostly, but you get a couple shots in there, chips away, and then you get a flurry just thereafter. That's where you can get those knockdowns when your opponent isn't ready.
Yeah, those ones hurt the most when you're not expecting them. Jxssiem fighting in southpaw now, really switching his stances throughout this fight with Jorge Masvidal. You've seen Ed Parker with an injury now on his head, on his nose, and an injury on his eye. He's got a cut. And Jxssiem just kind of slowly but surely plugging away at the legend Ed Parker here.
Yep. Jxssiem southpaw to match that southpaw. Nice work to the body there by Jxssiem.
The uppercut was clean. That lead uppercut from Jxssiem was so nice.
It was. Ed kind of got home just in time for this fight. Got to wonder if he's warmed up. It might be kind of tough to get the motor started against someone as skilled as Jxssiem.
Yeah, great point. Jxssiem could have been preparing all day, and Ed Parker's on his way home, stressing. Doesn't really get time to settle in. Has his controller not warmed up, but as the fight goes, maybe Ed Parker will be able to click in.
There's someone that can do it to be Ed, man. He's got that experience.
Definitely. Has taken some damage to the head, though. Has to be careful not to eat too many shots. It's been the right hook of Masvidal. Has been the money shot for Jxssiem so far. Side step, beautiful from Jxssiem.
It was. Real skill shown by both guys, but especially Jxssiem. I'm not saying he's surprising me, but he's doing probably better than I expected, honestly.
Oh, man, beautiful slip. Jxssiem connects with that shot. Uppercut connects again, and he drops down the legend Ed Parker to the floor.
I think this is a tough matchup for McGregor, man. Going against Masvidal at welterweight is a tough matchup, and obviously Jxssiem is a tough matchup for anybody. Big shot. He went for the kill there. He almost got it, too.
Man, Jxssiem with a sneaky back step. His movement, his side steps, his back steps are phenomenal. His attacks are dangerous. His slip and rips are on point. Bang, connects again. And here comes Ed Parker standing right in his face, really trying to bait him out. But Jxssiem will not be baited. He's just landing beautiful shots again and again. And eventually Ed Parker is not going to be able to take these as we go into round number 3. Jxssiem in control.
Jxssiem is absolutely in control. This is going the wrong direction for Ed. He's going to have to set some sort of trap here, I think, because he's going to need the finish, and he can't slug it out strike for strike right now with Masvidal, if ever. But definitely not with the amount of damage he's got, a little bit less stamina. He's going to have to set a trap, maybe multiple traps here in this round.
He definitely has to come out with something big. He has to be careful because he's getting slipped. He's getting clipped. His head health is taking some damage as he pushes forward. Finally lands a beautiful left hook. Tries to combo into a kick boiler, but Jxssiem just still standing his ground, and he's getting that health in between rounds with that perk on Masvidal, and dang, Jxssiem is doing it.
Yeah, man. Jxssiem, hell of a fighter. Fighting smart without, shelling up. He's hitting that perfect amount of defense and offense is Jxssiem, I think.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Very elusive with Jorge Masvidal, and then just explodes with a nice shot. And Jorge's got a lot of power in those hands, backing up beautifully, just kind of letting Ed Parker come into his wheelhouse and just throwing really smart, selective shots. You're seeing Ed Parker come forward. He's trying to slip. He's trying to rip. He's been doing good this round, connecting with that left hook, trying to be elusive himself. You can't take much more, Boiler.
Jxssiem is going with those home runs, going for those home runs with the head kicks. Oh, but that uppercut's what does the real damage.
Cracks Ed Parker, rattles him again. As we're in the midpoint of round number 3, and Jxssiem looking fantastic, looking great out there, just keeping his way. I mean, he's done good damage to the body. He's done good damage to the head.
Ed with that flying knee. That's what we need to see from Ed. He's got to bring everything he possibly can in that flying knee. It was a great try, at least. Ed ain't going out without putting everything on the octagon, even if it's his own blood.
Definitely, he wants it so bad, but that shot again from Jxssiem. Blood spurting out of the eye of Conor McGregor. He's got a vicious red injury forming, but a beautiful duck right hand combo, and now Ed Parker starting to heat up a little bit, lands a couple good shots on Jxssiem.
Masvidal's nose is mincemeat, big time injury. Is it too little too late though? I don't know. With Ed Parker and McGregor, I think almost anything can happen. So with this minute left, let's see.
Yeah, Jxssiem is still game. He's still going out there. Even if he is ahead on the scorecards, possibly, he is still out there inputting combinations, throwing, being a little risky, but not too bad. I mean, he's putting on a performance. He's giving everybody a show. It looks like he's trying to put out Ed Parker, the legend.
He is. He wants to get a finish. No one wants a decision. I mean, decision wins better than a loss, but you want to get that finish, especially the ESFL. Great fight, though. Ed started to get some momentum and do some damage at the end. I mean, if this was a 5-rounder or a best out of 3 type of situation, it would be very interesting. But it wasn't. It was just 3 rounds, and you got to give that pretty clearly to Jxssiem. But very fun fight, Rob.
It was great to watch. Yeah, Jxssiem really handled himself well. I was really impressed with his elusiveness, his side steps, his back steps. Staying true to his game plan and being defensive, but also unleashing that right hook. He saw something. He kept going to that right hook well, and there's the judges' scorecards: 10-9, 10-9, and Jxssiem taking out a freaking legend in Ed Parker. And now 3-0 undefeated. Jxssiem has some high hopes. Any Jxssiem fans out there, I mean, that's a big dub for Jxssiem season here in the Esports Fight League.
Jxssiem season, back to the ESFL, 3-0. I don't know if he's going to get a title shot next event. You never know, though. Hard to say when you beat Ed Parker like that. You're 3-0. We'll find out. Definitely going to be a top 5 type of contender is Jxssiem. So Jxssiem season, great work. As for Ed, always awesome to have you here in the ESFL. And I'm telling you, man, there's couple combos there. I thought you were gonna put Jxss down potentially. So we might get the rematch of Ed and Jxss at some point. They're a pretty good matchup. I'd like to see them at maybe featherweight or lightweight. Connor's more, prime Connor spot. That could make the difference. But hey, it was at welterweight. Is what it is. Great fight. Jxss comes out on top, Rob.
Jxss comes out on top. Jxss looking good. Jxss is cooking. But we still have, unfortunately, like Boiler said, guys, Linus versus Smudger has been scratched, but that's okay because we're going right into the co-main event of the evening, something I'm excited for, and a lot of you at home are probably eager to witness because we got the Esports Fight League winner, Romero, Boiler, and Jxssiem. Tell me about these two fighters and what's at stake here in this co-main event.
Hey, we never want to fight to drop out. I really wanted to see Linus. I really wanted to see AKA MG potentially, but it is what it is. That dropped out. We're moving on, and we got freaking Romero versus Jxssiem. So we're right to the main course. It is what it is.
No, this is the main course. This is the side course, bro.
That's true. I'll give you that. We got the real main course. That may be the dessert. They're all awesome, but what can I say? We got freaking Romero, the first ever ESFL Live champion, and multiple ESFL champion, defending champion, that is, versus Jxssiem. His 2-1. His only loss is to Treehouse, and he wants to make this upset and be like, look, I deserve a title shot. I'm the best from the WR What Remains camp, and that loss to Tree was just a fluke is what he was telling me. So here's his chance. If you got a chance to prove otherwise, it's against Romero.
For sure, a huge opportunity here, short notice for Jxssiem to take out Romero, and Romero is just so good. He's got the ground game, the striking, the brain to analyze his opponent and to make quick decisions. And this guy with Mighty Mouse is phenomenal. He's got the speed, but let's see what Jxssiem could do here. Jxssiem is standing his ground nicely and not letting Romero cook too much early, and using Roy Vol. Let's see what he could implement here, round number one. And remember, guys, this is a 5-round fight in the co-main event. We are in for a treat here, Boiler.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Roy Val pick versus Mighty Mouse. I've never seen that combo before, so fun to see this. Not always just the same fighters in the same weight class. You got to think this is one of the biggest reach discrepancies as well, not only in this weight class, but maybe even the game. So if Romero's able to close that distance, which he's doing pretty good right now, he'll probably win. It's up to Jxssiem, I think, to at least make Romero chase him a little bit and set some traps. Because what else is that reach good for if not that?
Yep, you want to keep your opponent on the outside, utilize that reach. Very true. And seeing a lot of in and out footsies from Romero, from Jxssiem. Ooh, and it seems Romero is trying to target that body, but man, these crispy little hooks just on point, just has him connecting again and again on Roy Vol's Jxssiem's face.
And each of those hooks had just a little bit of a delay. He didn't just go hook, 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 spam it. Just a little bit of a half a heartbeat delay. So you thought it might be going somewhere else. Like, that is the level of skill Romero has.
Yeah, it's a great point. The cadence was a little off, so the rhythm was kind of off. So Jxssiem wasn't expecting it. Romero showing his striking game here in the co-main event as we get through round number one. Jab, jab, body kick. Romero switching stances. He looks like he's having a good time out there here tonight. And Jxssiem is trying to fire, but Romero is just all over the place. He's quick. He's elusive, Boiler, and he's very hard to hit. He's in, and then he's out.
This is stuff of nightmares trying to go against Romero when he's using Mighty Mouse. Like, he's just so quick. He hasn't even really tried to go for takedowns, and just as I say that, he goes for one and gets it.
Gets it right before the round ends. Lets him know, hey, I can take you down there, Jxssiem. Jxssiem fighting pretty good. He took the center of the stage early, and look, Jxssiem, 20 significant strikes there, Boiler. So who knows where the judges are going to score that first round.
Hey, I can see one judge giving it to Jxssiem just because some of the judges are a little odd, but it wasn't a blowout by any means. Romero, I think, won, but neither guy did a ton of damage, and the significant strikes were essentially even, or were even. Well, yeah, you know, honestly, a good first round for Jxssiem. He needs to do better than that if he wants to win, but at least he didn't get blown out of the water like I would against Romero in round 1.
Very true, very true. Good thing it's not you in there, Boiler. We might have a short night in this co-main event.
You would already be to Suave Jamie's fight, but now here, Jxssiem, man, he's showing up to be one of the new blood of ESFL and doing some work here, showing he deserves a shot against Romero, fighting toe-to-toe, and this round's very close so far.
Yeah, you know, Romero just seems like he's sneaking in these shots very fast. The jab, then he's comboing off of it, switching his stances very nicely, going for the jab, lead, body, hook, and really testing the body and slurping the stamina. Romero is doing great. He knows this is a 5-round fight, and I feel like Romero is the type of player that really takes advantage of all the rounds and slowly but surely snowballs in a fight, and it seems like it's already happening here early against Jxssiem.
Great point. He knows it's 5 rounds. He knows he already has a little bit of a stamina advantage. He's definitely the type of guy that'll drag you into deep waters and then go for the finish. He's not just going to try to get some sort of decision, boring decision by any means, but he knows how to pace himself, to say the least, into the championship rounds.
Yep, Romero's a vicious player, a very cerebral player, and he will do. He focuses a lot on utilize. Bang! Right hand lands beautifully against Jxssiem, knocks him down. But he utilizes all of his fighter strengths, and he determines the opponent's weaknesses, and he will employ very good strategy. Romero is so good at that.
I mean, that's the reason he's a multi-time defending champ and the first ever ESFL Live champ. Can't wait to see if he can defend that belt in real life sometime. But hey, you know, he's looking at this seasonal belt. He might have got a real life belt at ESFL Live, but he's still in the running potentially to win the real life belt here in season 2 at ESFL here on UFC 5. So a win here is what he has to. Really, he has to win this right here to have that even be a possibility. And he's fighting like that, though. He's fighting like it.
He is. He's backing up, using his footwork, staying just out of the range. And it's not like Jxssiem isn't landing shots. You see him landing like body kicks, straights. Just the better of the shots is from Romero. Romero's doing a little bit of a better job. He's got Royval's face a little buttered up, and but that doesn't mean Jxssiem isn't still in this. I mean, this is a 5-round fight. Jxssiem's still making his reads as well as we progress through this, Boiler, and he's still putting the pedal on the metal, getting a nice right hook there.
Ooh, hey. Romero loves that end-around takedown. Everybody keep that in mind if you're studying the tape. Be on the lookout for that takedown.
Look at the significant strikes, though, in the favor of Royval. Oh.
Yeah, honestly, just seems fighting pretty darn close, but like you said, Romero's sneaking some shots in there and just the accumulation or things that don't look big until he lands a 3-piece. Bang, bang, bang. You kind of get lulled into a little bit of a, you know, back and forth, and then bam, bam, bam. All you need is one mistake, being caught on one foot, throwing that kick too close. Bang, bang, bang. Love it.
Yep. 3 mistakes. Dink, dink, dink. Gets a knockdown in round number 2. Romero now in round number 3 has that block a little bit low. Loves those hooks. Jxssiem trying to find his way.
Nice shot there. Hurt his eye a little bit.
Woo, 1-2, snappy 1-2 from Romero.
I mean, Jxssiem's fighting tough here, man. Jxssiem he's a game opponent, to say the least.
He is. He's standing his ground. He's trying to utilize his footsies. He's getting Romero to miss a little bit. This is definitely a fight. These two are pretty evenly matched. It's just Romero is just a little bit ahead of him, but there's a good combination. Jxssiem connects on Romero as he's trying to use his head movement. Hits him with a clean hook.
It's one of those situations where they kind of go into one of these. There you go. There's some honor, Romero, honorable bow in there. Point is, they both come in, starting to throw some strikes. Romero just comes out just ahead. You know, he's able to sneak just that one extra great, or a big shot like that, and it's accumulating, and slowly but surely is too much for Jxssiem to weather.
Romero tags him, lights him up in round number 3. Has a knockdown in round number 2, and now has lit him up in round number 3. Jxssiem has to be careful. Another straight lands for Romero. Romero just finding his target more and more and starting to become an issue here for Jxssiem.
Romero lost in our last event, but he's looking to avenge that loss, get back in the title hunt, like I said. This is the way to do it. Romero's the late replacement today, by the way.
And he's looking phenomenal, and he has a little slight stamina advantage now on Jxssiem, and Jxssiem's combos, his speed is going to slow down a little bit, and Romero is capitalizing early, but Jxssiem lands a beautiful hook combination, and now he has Romero in some trouble, and he's putting on the pain in the 3rd round. Jxssiem having some success.
That was nice. Romero, I don't think he's going to be fazed by that, but that was a little too close for comfort, even for Romero. He still has a lot of head health, and I think he's going to still keep implementing his game, but that was worrisome. Oh!
Down he goes. Romero unloads. Drops Jxssiem. Jxssiem in all sorts of trouble now. Head health in devastating shape. Blinking.
15 seconds to go, round 3. Again, this is a 5-rounder. Ain't over yet.
4th coming soon. Romero showing why he is one of those players that everyone seems to talk about. One of the best players in the game still performing at a high level. Short notice against this Jxssiem Boiler. And now Jxssiem has to figure out the riddle, the Rubik's Cube of Romero in these championship rounds. Can he do it, Boiler?
Man, again, their significant strikes were like exactly the same. The total strikes were a little bit in Romero's favor, but that's more from the knockdown. But it's Romero coming out on top with the damage. He's getting the vulnerability, for example. So super close, but the damage keeps going for Romero. But we saw Romero get rocked there a little bit. Hey, you don't want to get hurt like that, because you can get finished by someone that's seen just with one rock like that and a follow-up. So Romero, I know he wants to keep fighting. He's doing pretty darn well, but he can't let victory slip away here.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Romero's done a good job to keep his head health pretty high. He hasn't taken too many devastating hits. He has been cracked a few times, though, and Jxssiem is a game opponent. In this 4th round, Jxssiem needs to find some success. He needs to find that button and drop and do some big damage here. And Romero is just in his face and laying these beautiful inside slip hooks, and he's just being elusive and just tapping the dome piece of Royval again in the game with Mighty Mouse. And that power is going to translate as Royval's chin deteriorates.
I honestly can't believe Romero hasn't gone for some takedowns. He did at the end of a couple of rounds and scored, but this would be perfect for Romero to score a takedown. I think at this point of the round right here.
Yeah, and Romero's got phenomenal wrestling and great ground game and top game, and he must feel something in there. He just feels that advantage. I could see it too. He's cruising here. This is going to be a knockout, a vicious knockout soon.
He's come super close already to it, and it's just like a flurry away from a knockout for sure. But I also saw Jxssiem almost land a nasty head kick that could have scored his own knockdown. So Romero's playing with fire a little bit here, but it's damn entertaining, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he is. He's playing a dangerous game, making it exciting in round number 4. You saw Jxssiem have a little success with the nice little combination, pop that uppercut right through. And still hanging in there is Jxssiem.
His head health is like permanently blinking or damn near, though. There's only so much damage the human skull can take.
Block getting blown up. Jxssiem looked like he was going to throw a hook right there. Good combinations, getting Romero's hands to come up, trying to pressure Romero, break that block, but Romero's throwing that lead check hook.
Oh,
bang.
Fun-ass fight, man. I'm really enjoying this. Both the matchup of Romero versus Jxssiem as well as Royval versus Mighty Mouse. Big shot!
Body shots!
1 minute left, Rob, in this round.
1 minute left, and Jxssiem is on wobbly legs. It's starting to get exciting. Romero with the right hand. He uses that to get the free spear takedown on top, and you wanted those takedowns, but he says, hey, I'm Mighty Mouse. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to go to the armbar. I got the submission advantage, and I'm going to lock this in and break it off.
Oh, my gosh. 5-star armbar, pretty sure. More than halfway on that bar. Yep, one more submission like that, and it'll be over. He's got 13 seconds left.
Oh, Jxssiem defends the armbar that time. Good job by Jxssiem.
Wow. Good survival, but hell of a sequence by Romero there with that spear takedown, followed right into that armbar. I mean, maybe not as good as that rear naked choke into armbar that Demetrius Johnson did in real life, but damn near as fluid there. Great job by Romero.
Very, very good by Romero. And now we're in a position. Romero is ready to take this home. He's done the damage. Jxssiem is wobbly. Jxssiem needs something big here. He needs to create a moment for himself. And it's going to be hard because he is very much down this fight. But let's see. 5th and final round in the co-main event here between Jxssiem playing Royval versus Mighty Mouse Johnson, played by the legendary player Romero 17.
Love it, baby. This is the Esports Fight League, the 180th event, co-main event. Whoa.
Romero coming forward. Jxssiem's hands are up. His block is low. And you're seeing Mighty Mouse. Romero, bang again. Left hook connects on the chin. Down goes Jxssiem. Romero standing over into the stack arm position. Gets that denial. What's he going to do with it? Double denial. He's in control.
That's so hard to do, especially against Romero. You kidding me? Stop those. But it doesn't matter. Romero still gets stacked hard.
Romero launching the nukes. The mighty nukes.
Game over. I think he destroyed the entire internet. I don't know, buddy. That was that was a fun fight. I don't know if I'm gonna give that fight of the night. It could have been, though. It was probably the most exciting fight, if not one of the closest, Rob, all considered. But Romero, just too much. That championship experience, that composure, and just that skill set is just too much, man. Great win by Romero.
Beautiful win by Romero. Romero was just landing the cleaner shots, the more devastating shots. He was throwing that lead hook very nice. He started off the fight landing body attacks like jab, lead body, and he was throwing some beautiful rhythm in there, and the takedown and the stat. I mean, he just did everything. But Jxssiem was a game opponent, threw a lot of jabs. Didn't throw anything too spectacular as far as damaging, but you know, he was out there. He's obviously a game opponent. Unfortunately, though, it is Romero's night tonight. He steals the WR Jxssiem's thunder, Boiler.
Hey, huge shout out to Jxssiem. His original opponent pulled out. He could have easily said, no, I'm not going to fight Romero on 2 hours notice. You crazy? I got to keep my ESFL record pristine. No, he came. He had that fight. Helped save the card. Huge respect to Jxssiem. Trust me, matchmakers, i.e. myself and others, will remember that. And huge shout out to Jxssiem. Show that he's like on Romero's level or damn near. Like, he is a top 5 type of fighter. So looking forward to matching him up with somebody. I'm not sure who. I'm going to have to take my time and think about it, because he deserves a top guy, even if he's coming off a loss like that, Rob. And as for Romero, 1-1, but if he really pulls off a couple more wins, I could see him challenging for the belt before end of the season as well. So a little bit of a segue. We got the belt coming up here, Rob. You excited, buddy?
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. The moment you have all been waiting for, and that's the main event of the evening here in the Esports Fight League. Suave Jamie has an opportunity to be the first champion ever this season to defend his belt. And if he does, Boiler, what does that mean?
All right, so we're having 8 events this season. Whoever defends the belt the most of those 8 events gets a real ESFL belt valued at $500 shipped to your front door. This ain't no virtual thing. A real ass belt. And let me tell you, Go and Romero and others who've gotten this belt are like, this thing is high quality. So that's shipped to you. You get a little bit of cash from Boiler. You might get another prize or two. I got a surprise in store, maybe by a sponsor. So the champion, as well as some others, you know, not just the champ getting some of these rewards, but the champ obviously getting the real belt and the most money and a couple other prizes that will be named later. So this is Jamie's chance to get the first defense. There's been 3 champions this season. No one has defended it yet, and you ain't the real champ till you defend it. Rob, this is Jamie's chance to do that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And this is the man from Ireland who has earned thousands of dollars in prizes over the years. He's won the 4-man tournament at ESFL 179. This kid is legit. He is the champ right now, but he is facing the number 2 ranked SB Vader 4-in-1, aka Fortify. And this is his first season in the ESFL, but he's won against guys like K1 Cooked, Linus. He beat Ed Parker, for God's sakes. This guy is here to take out Suave Jamie. And I know he's got a lot of fans going into this fight. Let's get to the fighter selections. Lightweight is the division. It's a 5-round fight. And it looks like Suave Jamie is hovering over Jxssiem Makhachev.
See what they could do. A little bit of drama in the back, trying to say, oh, what weight class is it? We already confirmed the weight classes earlier. I don't know if this is just some posturing, cause of problems, or Vader is truly confused with how the ESFL rules work. But anyway, I think it's more posturing than just trying to play head games. Jamie ain't the type of guy that'll get rattled by head games. Who will, on the other hand, get rattled? But I'm live on the air for the championship fight. But I know they're about to lock in. Jamie, what can you say about Suave Jamie? He wasn't even participating this season for the first couple events, but then came onto the 4-man tournament. ESFL 179, came out as the victor. But again, he's got to defend the belt. The Irishman himself, Suave Jamie. Is he going to use Connor? I think it was Vader who picked the weight class. I'm not 100% sure. Just for the record, here at the ESFL this season, we do a coin flip. Whoever wins the coin flip can choose either the weight class or first fighter selection. There's no mirror matches. Back in the day, we did some mirror matches, and trust me, everyone was sick and tired of seeing Peter Yan versus Peter Yan, or Connor versus Connor. So anyway, that's how it's working. We're going to see who actually locks it in. Look, all right, Jamie's locking it in. He was the first pick. Makhachev. What's Vader going to pick here, Rob? That's the question.
Is Vader here? Yes, he is. Okay, his controller is moving. It looks like Charles Oliveira is going to be his selection versus Jxssiem Makhachev. And man, Charles Oliveira, he's a hard one to win with in this game. And let's see what he's able to implement here. Charles Oliveira, obviously great submission specialist, can throw flying arm bars, and he's got strikes. But man, Jxssiem Makhachev, he is the truth.
Here we go, buddy. 5 rounds, best of 1 for the championship. Sounds like the audio might be busted. We'll see if we can fix that. Otherwise, though, this is exciting enough to keep my attention, even if the audio's low, Rob. Here we go. Makhachev on the left. And that's Jamie, of course, versus Vader on the right. A lot of his fellow competitors were saying Vader deserved the shot at the championship last event. So now he really deserves it at 4-0.
Here we go. He's going to need to do something extraordinary because I remember in Suave Jamie's last fight, he dominated his opponent. He looked like an even better version of himself, and that is hard to trump. So here we go. Takedown, though, from Oliveira. He tries to get to that side control position, but no. Suave Jamie defends. Vader defends from the top and throws him to the side and says, nope, I will not be stopped. Here we go. We're grappling.
I like it. We are grappling, and you don't want to be grappling versus Chucky Oliveira. Then again, you don't want to be grappling against Makhachev either. That's why it's fun right here. Oh, struggling through this lag. Let's go, baby. I know you guys can make it.
Vader on top in the backside. Superb patience.
Woo! All right, we're back, baby.
Full guard. Time ticking. Both guys being patient, just trying to build that GA with these short shots.
Yeah, building GA is necessary. It's a little annoying. I hope they kind of look at improving that system in UFC 6, but it's absolutely necessary if you're going to grapple.
It is. And these guys are both just going to it. It was 40 ping between these two, so it seems like the stream is just struggling Their connection looks pretty damn good. But there it is. Suave Jxssiem from the bottom.
Nice.
Able to just flip him over violently.
That was great work. Still got a minute 40 to work with in the first round of this championship fight. Yes, like you said, the ping was 40s. So knock on wood, they're not experiencing much lag. Seems like the stream is kind of caught up. We'll try not to talk about it any further and hope it stays nice and smooth here. Nice denial there by Jxssiem on top. That's tough when, you know, Oliveira obviously has great stats off the bottom, but Jxssiem's reaction speed just got to be out of this.
It is. Yeah, look at that. He flicks that 1-2. It's Vader trying to get to that full guard from the bottom, but Suave Jxssiem's having none of it. Good deny so far, but there it is. He's able to get back to his feet and keep Suave Jxssiem's Islam Makhachev off of him for... Oh, man, it connects with an uppercut brilliantly and rocks Suave Jxssiem.
Huge shot, man. I don't know if it's enough to steal the round, but big shot. Got Jxssiem's attention.
That's what you want from Vader, the contender, to get that early rock. Who knows? Maybe he stole the round with that stun. But yeah, I mean, dang, I would say Vader maybe took round number 1 in this 5-round fight against Suave Jxssiem.
That ending might have been enough. You know, hey, it's the warm-up. I know things were a little contentious early on. Jamie's actually in the back channel on Discord saying it's lagging a bit. Unfortunately, not good to hear, but you got to struggle through it. Ah, man, that sucks. But dealing with adversity is half of being a champion, I think, Rob.
For sure. You got to get through the sludge sometimes to get the gold. Vader with Oliveira, but Makhachev in the face, swinging hooks, going to the body, and eats another uppercut from Vader. Vader really doing a good job of connecting with that uppercut. And again.
Exactly. Oh, I feel like Jamie's doing quite well until he gets caught with those uppercuts.
Misses his own clinch.
Okay. He does. That was an interesting sequence.
Yeah, that was a nice little sidestep to avoid that clinch. And Vader standing his ground. Ooh, eats another body shot.
There you go.
1-2 body kick.
Not that it's a huge discrepancy, but it is 5 rounds, and the stamina's starting to go in Jamie's way, and he's landed a couple body shots as well. As long as he doesn't get caught by those uppercuts when he's trying to work the body, Jxssiem, you know, can just widen the stamina and maybe even start doing some work on the ground with it. Broke his nose with that knee right there.
Yeah, it seems like Jamie's really trying to find his rhythm here. He's like backing up, coming in, laying that jab, comboing off of it, but that leg was grabbed and he got pushed against the cage. Vader doing a good job mixing his damage to the head, going to the body, sneaking in those uppercuts, threatening with the body uppercuts, and he is unloading on Jxssiem. He's cracking Jxssiem now in round number 2, cracking him.
It's that uppercut, man. It's landing so well, and that was a tricky little clinch. Getting that dominant clinch position, putting him against the cage. But Jxssiem, great defense. Offense is your best defense. Like there, I guess, Jxssiem. Nice.
Yeah, throwing those knees off the cage. You get those off sometimes. 3 to be exact. Vader didn't like those. Suave Jxssiem seems to be struggling a little bit with the flow of this fight, and Vader's capitalizing on it and really looking to grab that clinch and do a lot of clinch work here against Jxssiem. He's really threatening with it.
Love it, man. Close fight. I feel like Jxssiem's winning, but, you know.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of those big uppercuts could change everything quick, so Jxssiem better be on top of it, whether it's lagging or not.
Yeah, I actually don't know if Jxssiem is winning, but he definitely is winning the stamina battle in a 5-round fight. I mean, look at that stamina. It's definitely in the favor of Jxssiem, and he'll utilize that in rounds 3, 4, and 5. It's going to be dangerous. Vader's got to do some damage.
Great point. The first couple rounds, both could go to Vader for sure in terms of the judges.
Yeah. He's been doing some good damage, and every time he grabs that clinch, he's going to the body. But Jxssiem is doing a great job defending himself when he is getting clinched. And now we're going into round number 3, and Jxssiem is starting to snowball this stamina advantage in this 5-round fight. And another round potentially, though, in the bank. for Vader. It could be a 2-0 lead. So now Jxssiem needs to start locking in here and getting those judges to score in his favor, Boiler. But maybe he plans on just finishing this fight at some point.
I guess we'll find out. He's still got a few rounds.
We're about to find out.
To go, but I think honestly he needs to watch out for those uppercuts, because otherwise Jxssiem's fighting well. He's landing some nasty knees to the body. That stamina advantage is starting to widen, and he's doing some overall damage to the body and the head. But I swear, Vader's just is connected so nicely with those uppercuts. Almost got him again. Again, they both exchanged. At least Jxssiem came ahead on that. But wow. This action's going pretty fast, man.
Vader again going to that clinch. Just really relying on the clinch game plan. And Suave Jxssiem is really irritated here. You could tell he wants to freaking knock this dude unconscious. And he's doing a good job at it as we go into round number 3. I mean, he landed a good shot. He's going to the body, and we'll see what Jxssiem does here. I
think that's the perfect word for it. Irritated. Jxssiem was irritated with Vader in the back because Vader was trying to change the weight class and screw around. But nice stuff there. Jxssiem was irritated with the lag. What's the best way to get rid of some irritation? Slam your opponent into the ground.
Definitely. But in a title fight, when you're irritated, you could use that as fuel, but you still have to have your wherewithal. You still have to be collected and focused. But composure is one thing Suave Jxssiem never lacks. And now he is on top against this Vader guy who has an interesting style. And this is the style that Suave Jxssiem is going to be very happy to defeat. And now he's on top and he's ravishing him. Vader's starting to gas out a little bit, Boiler. He's starting to breathe heavily here.
He is, and he tried to go like 3 fakes in a row. Jxssiem didn't bite on any of them. Then he went for the real transition on the 4th. Jxssiem stuffed it. That is like a dagger to your morale right there.
Yeah, and Vader's gonna be pretty pissed off. But
damn, I thought he was gonna stuff that, but that was nice, man. He snuck around, huh?
Yeah, he snuck around nicely. A good play by Vader to get the back. This is kind of scary. Charles Oliveira on your back is never something that you want. But Suave Jxssiem has probably been here millions of times before. He's got to be careful not to let him lock in the choke. He does not want to get himself denied. He doesn't want the grapple advantage to be in the favor of Vader, and Vader uses that to get position, Boiler.
Woo. Minute 20, round 3. Remember, this is a 5-rounder. Ooh, Vader's on top, but he's got that, stamina disadvantage. So even if he got him into some sort of submission attempt, I don't think you'd be able to, cook him, get that true advantage, even if he had the initiative.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be hard for him to land a submission with a big stamina disadvantage, and then another denial, draining even more stamina. But now Vader on top, remaining in control.
Jxssiem stuffed those postures up, and another. Look at that stamina just drop. Jxssiem's just so quick on the sticks, dude. Just denying these posture ups against Oliveira. Holy cow!
Wow,
man strength right there.
Beautiful, right into the submission. That was fantastic. He's gonna rip his arm off. He's got it. He's got the stamina sliver. He's gonna be able to lock it in. But no, the fight, the round is over, and that could have been another round for Vader.
For real. He's about to take his arm with him, but just a few seconds too early, I guess. Sometimes you can pull that submission off right when the after the horn or whatever, but I don't know if that actually went through. But point is, this is a hell of a fight here, Rob. Not what I expected at all, really.
Definitely not. A tale of two stories. Vader trying to play in a interesting style as far as going for the clinch and making the fight gritty and a little dirty and a little sweaty. And it's Suave Jxssiem really trying to just knock this guy out because he's probably annoyed that he's constantly getting grabbed in the clinch. But there it is, big bomb. Suave Jxssiem, big smile on his face, swinging violently.
Oh, my God.
Oh, but he gets cracked, and then he gets taken down. Woo!
My God. That's where maybe being irritated could have backfired. Also, the back channels, Jxssiem said, is undeniable sprawl, not banned. We're going to have to maybe go back and look at that. But that's the water under the bridge. But Jxssiem is like pissed. He wants to get that finish, and he might have thrown one too many strikes there.
Yes, he wanted him out of there. He did land, he did connect, but unfortunately, he got caught himself. And then Vader was able to take him down, taking advantage of every little thing he can. And he's got to be careful. You know, Suave Jamie does not want the time in this fight to end because you never know what the judges are going to say. He wants to end Vader's freaking existence in there. But this is just, you know, Vader's doing a good job. If he wants to win, he's trying to waste this time.
Good work. I mean, he's got that position with Oliveira. Hard to stand up even against Makachev, who has great ground stats, of course. 3 minutes left. This is exactly where you'd want to be as Oliveira, as Vader.
Full mount. Not good for Suave Jamie. But Suave's been so good here, Boiler. He's really been done a phenomenal job at defending these and flicking them and gassing out Vader, but Vader's throwing bombs, and these are scoring shots on Vader. For Vader.
Defense there.
Armbar.
He actually got it in there. He doesn't have much stamina, but he's got the pacing. What happened? I can't tell.
He tried to fake it. It looked like.
Oh my gosh. That was
going to be okay.
Holy cow. Wow, he scored out
Suave Jamie surviving beautifully right there. I mean, what a phenomenal defense there, not to get that submission locked in. And Dill has the monkey on his back. Vader really attacking these chokes, trying again to flatten him out. But man, Suave Jamie's defense, his flicking ability is phenomenal.
Yeah, man, quick on the sticks. No joke at all. Might have had an issue with the arm bar there. I will say for everyone out there, if a little controversy here, ESFL officials will be reviewing all fights tonight just to make sure there weren't any infractions. we'll look at that later, guys. For now, we're going to try to finish this fight. Vader is on top. 20 seconds, fourth round.
And Vader's turning this fight into a nasty, dirty display because he is just smothering Jamie. He doesn't want to fight Jamie. He wants to win. And there it is. Jamie reverses the position. And Vader could be up 4-0 right now, possibly. Suave Jamie is probably so frustrated, but he's got to stay cool, calm, and collected. And he's got to knock this dude out if he wants to win. That's crazy.
You got to put it all behind you right now, whether it's the lag, whether it's trying to change the weight class, whether it's some sort of exploits or unfair play, cheese, all this stuff. You got to put it out of your head if you're Jamie and just try to finish this fight in the fifth round. Make it all a moot point. Be like, look, I had all this stuff going against me and I still got the finish. That's what I would be thinking if I was Jamie. I bet that's what he's thinking right now. He's a real champ like that.
Yep, that's definitely what he's thinking. It's definitely what he wants to do. It's very hard, though, when your opponent is doing everything that they can do to kind of put you in these very precarious situations that kind of slow the pace of the fight down and turn it into a sweat fest. But Suave Jamie is still fighting valiantly here, and he has the opportunity to shut Vader's lights out.
Woo!
Oh, but Vader is on him.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, Vader probably up on the cards, very possibly up on the cards. It's close, but if he wins this round decisively, you got to presume Vader will win. I don't know, man.
For sure.
I think whoever wins this next 3.5 minutes is going to be the winner.
Jamie's got low head health, so any of these punches, if Vader is able to sneak him through, is going to rock Suave Jamie. He's got that clinch he's throwing out there. Suave Jamie has got his hands full here with Vader as an opponent. Oh, but it connects with that right hand.
One mistake is all it takes for either guy to get knocked out at this point.
Oh, man.
Down there, that was legit.
Throws him down.
There, yeah.
Suave defends. But this is going to be tough for Suave Jamie to get back to his feet. Vader does not want to leave this position. He's going to do everything in his wheelhouse, in his power, to stay here. Uh-oh.
He got it, too. Jamie's got the stamina advantage, but not if you can't actually use that stamina, it doesn't really help you much.
Time is not his friend right now. Suave Jamie's looking at that clock. He's like, damn, I wish I had more time. Sneaks in the side control on top. Vader.
Ooh, he might have done the the power transition. I'm not sure, but you can kind of hit R1, the power modifier, for some of those transitions. Oh, denied there, Jamie.
On the deny.
That was good.
Vader with low stamina, gassing out, but has just enough in the tank to stay in control and to keep this fight down and to nullify the great Suave Jamie here and to stop him from getting his first title defense. And Vader hungry for the title. Super hungry.
He's smothering him here, man. 45 seconds to go. Jamie was waiting.
Vader's he could get up here if he has the chance. Just scoring more punches on the body. And Suave just stuck here. Can't get out. Finally tries to get out. 10 seconds left, Boiler. And he goes right for the takedown.
Oh, that was a nice takedown. I'll give him that. Good way to end the fight there. Yeah, well, there was some controversy there. We're going to get, some ESFL officials to review just in case, because this could potentially be a no contest or even disqualification. I'm not making that call right now. What I am making is it was an upset, man. Vader won. You look at the scorecards right now, Vader clearly won. So until or unless this is overturned by ESFL officials, congratulations to Vader. What do you say, Rob?
Congratulations to Vader. Gets the win over Suave Jamie, and he employed some very interesting tactics and really turned that fight into like a sweaty wrestling clinch fest. Never really let Suave Jamie get comfortable, just continually grabbed him, elbowed him, kneed him, took him down, tried to grab him with the choke. He was gassing out. Suave just could not be Suave Jamie. He was being jumped upon. It was just a tough one for him.
Yeah, Vader, all shout-outs to him for making it grimy, whether it was
grimy,
the mind games going on in the Discord, whether it was that wrestling and just mixing it up. The lag, the lag is just unfortunate, of course, but that could add some frustration. I think, all said, Vader got this win, 49-47, about as close as it could be. I don't know, man. We're going to go have the ESFL officials take a look to see if any of this is worth a no contest or disqualification. That's a high bar to reach, though. So I'm not saying it's not going to be overturned, but it's got to be super flagrant. We'll make that call down the line. But for now, Vader's your new champ, Rob.
There he is. Vader, the new champ, steals it from Suave Jamie. Suave Jamie unable to get that first defense. Will Vader be the first one to get that belt? And he will take some of that sweat that he implements in his fights and spit shine that belt maybe one day. And hope you guys all enjoyed another beautiful ESFL event. This was ESFL 180 Boiler. We had Romero on the card getting a win. We had Ed Parker coming and Driz taking that one from the legend. We had so many K1 guys coming up, so many guys getting their first win. What do we have to look forward to in the future in the Esports Fight League Boiler as we simmer down here?
Well, this is what we got to figure out, and it's up to you. You got to choose the fight of the night tonight, because each participant, each competitor in the fight of the night is going to get $10 Boiler bonus. I'm paying it, so I can't make the choice. That's not fair. So, Rob, fight of the night. There's at least a few good options. That's why I'm putting it on you to make a choice.
I am going to say the fight of the night for me was AK versus K1 WYD. AK came in 0-3 back against the wall. He got the win. He fought valiantly. WYD was throwing bombs, throwing straight punches, and AK was able to overcome and get the victory. That's my fight of the night choice.
I love it, dude. Down deep, that's the one I wanted. That's the one that I really marked on the scouting report. There's a couple others that were right up there, but AK versus WYD fee, especially the way AK came back and finished that. A lot of fun. Right. So congrats to both those guys. $10. Woo! I know it ain't a ton, but you made it to Boiler's bonus. Get a chance.
Nice. Glorious.
Glorious. Awesome. Rob, we're going to be taking next week off. It'll be Easter, so it's a long weekend next week. But I think the weekend after that, I guess April 27th, we should be back with the 6th event of PS5 Season 2. And sometime in May, to be determined, we're going to have an Xbox event. It's going to be a non-seasonal, just kind of a fun exhibition with some prize money and other stuff on the line. So be on the lookout. We don't forget about you Xbox guys. So off next week. We'll be back the week after that. And then, yeah, a couple times a month throughout the summer, ESFL on Sundays. We'll be here.
Yep, and get ready for the future, guys, because I've heard rumors for UFC 6, and you know it's going to start cooking. ESFL, we're just keeping it primed, keeping it going, and UFC 6 on the horizon in the distant future. So excited for that, excited for the ESFL fights in the future, and thank you guys for tuning in. Congratulations, Vader. Congratulations to another successful esports fight league event. Boiler, we are out, and until next time, all you fight fans, later and salutations.